and our home. She is 84 years old. Her health, her heart is fragile.
That's Today Show host Savannah Guthrie in a video with her brother and sister after their 84-year-old mother was believed kidnapped from her home in Tucson, Arizona, making a plea to whoever took her.
We want to hear from you, and we are ready to listen. Please, reach out to us.
Fox's Chanley Painter reports.
Police believe Nancy Guthrie was abducted in her sleep from her home in Arizona after last being seen there Saturday night. As of yet, investigators say they have no suspect or person of interest identified in the case, but say they are reviewing possible ransom notes as part of the investigation. Well, President Trump took to Truth Social saying this, quote, "I spoke with Savannah Guthrie and let her know that I am directing all federal law enforcement to be at the families and local law enforcement's complete disposal."
The president also talked to NBC News about the much protested ICE operation in Minneapolis.
Maybe we can use a little bit of a softer touch, but you still have to be tough. These are criminals. We're dealing with really hard criminals.
He said he also wasn't happy about the two deadly shootings and those opposing immigration enforcement. There's been a drawdown of 700 federal agents from Minnesota amid increased cooperation with local officials going after those here illegally in jails. We'll also hear from the president in a few hours, speaking at the National Prayer Breakfast, the day after the president had what he calls an excellent phone call with China's leader, discussing everything from trade to the Russia-Ukraine war to Iran to Taiwan.
Taiwan's President Lai Ching-te says the island's relationship with the U.S. is rock solid. President Xi warned the White House to be prudent about supplying arms to Taiwan. China claims the territory as its own.
That's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Another person taken into custody in a judge's shooting case. You have a clear radar over downtown Indianapolis where it's 17 degrees. We're going up to 23 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. A sixth person has been arrested in the shooting at a Tippecanoe County judge's home. Nevia Bell of Lafayette is now accused of helping plan the attack on Judge Stephen Meyer and his wife. Police say the shooting was connected to a case that the judge was handling involving a motorcycle gang. Several people worked together on the plan. Bell is accused helping fund and support the plan. 5 other people have also been arrested. At a Lawrence town hall last night, an Indianapolis immigration attorney shared a guide with people to help navigate the federal deportation system and even help locate loved ones if they're deported. Carla Lopez Owens.
As someone that has also worked in removal defense, I know how to find someone in detention. So we created this guide. It walks you step by step. And obviously it's going to be different depending on the county. State Rep John Bartlett hosted the town hall along with other city leaders. They covered lots of topics, including immigration. They also talked about human trafficking and energy costs, but most of the attention was paid to immigration enforcement. A 15-month investigation across Howard, Grant, Miami, and Fulton counties wrapped up with more than 65 people in handcuffs and 200 charges connected to drugs, guns, and cash. During the effort, the Indiana State Police say they carried out more than 20 raids. They found thousands of grams of meth, cocaine, heroin, and over 4,000 counterfeit fentanyl pills. Leaders in Speedway extended the boil water advisory on Wednesday. It's been in effect all week, and now they're keeping it in place until Friday.
We just ask everyone's patience. This is out of an abundance of caution. We're trying to make sure no one does get affected negatively.
That's Grant Kleinhen speaking with Wish TV. He's the town manager for Speedway. Town leaders recommend boiling all tap water for at least a minute before drinking or cooking. They're handing out bottled water now to people that live there. And restaurants say it's also costing them lots of money. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together in 1 minute on a Thursday morning at 6:04.
Hi, I'm Brian, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. And we've partnered with Cupid to bring you the best Valentine's Day gifts, even if you forgot. We won't tell. From heart necklaces with sparkling diamonds to stylish gold hoops, every piece is made with love. Plus, there's still time to propose. We make it easy to create their dream engagement ring. We have meaningful gifts for every budget. It'll look like you've been planning this for months. Come see us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Party people, what's going on? It's Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel Show. For my friends at We Grow Hair Indie, WeGrowHairIndie.com, Darren Andrews and his amazing team, they told me flat out, we can fix that big bald spot on the back of your dome. So if you're anything like me and you want to look better, contact We Grow Hair Indie, WeGrowHairIndie.com, or call 317-522-2995.
All right, checking out northbound 465 going through Lawrence. Looking good from I-70 up to I-69 into the Clear Path construction project. And then westbound 70 about 4 minutes in from 465 on the east side to the north split. Southbound 6570 ice reported on 6570 around Washington Street. That could be out there this morning in other places like ramps and bridges. Please be safe. Traffic sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Football and King's irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it. I'm Matt Bear with Traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Yes, it's me. Oh, that sounds so bad.
Oh boy.
How bad is it? Honest, I can't do it. I can't even raise my voice. This is going to be the most mellow show I've ever done in my life. Oh, how bad is that, Marcus?
You sound great, Tony.
That's not true. We do honesty here.
Oh.
Right? If you were to ask me, hey, Tony, do I look attractive today? I'd be like, no, not really. See?
Okay.
Honesty. All times.
Okay. Sounds terrible.
Yeah. Oh, so rough. It is so
Man.
rough. Doesn't hurt, right? No pain. But
so you don't feel bad, your just voice is gone.
Yeah. That's... You are like my Garrett Morris. You're here to explain what it is that's happening.
Do you need me to be like your translator for the rest of the day?
Right. Our top story tonight. Yeah, the whole thing. Oh my God. That is so bad. Talk to me about the weather.
Yeah, I got you. And the weather probably not helping matters much. It has been back and forth. We're cold again today, mostly cloudy. Maybe a few flurries today, but nothing significant. But it's going to be cold. Today's high only 26. Cloudy with flurries. Tonight a low of 22. Watch out tomorrow morning. Kind of a quick hitting snow. Maybe a quick dusting, but unfortunately in time for the morning drive tomorrow could slick things up. The rest of the day, mostly cloudy, a little warmer, 37. Saturday, partly cloudy, cold, 22. Sunday, a mix of sun and clouds, 32. And then that much advertised and welcome warm-up starting Monday, highs around 40, and should have several days in the 40s next week.
Oh, so bad. So absolutely horrific. It happens every year. Anybody who's listened to me knows this happens to me. I don't know why. Is it allergies? Is it just a change of weather? But it's been freezing. Who knows? Who knows? That's Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. Oh my God, I work for NPR. What happened? What's going on? That's nuts. 6 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:08.
Literally creating a place that we know who's coming and going in and out of our neighborhoods.
In the middle of the road at 32nd and Cedar Avenue, a makeshift roadblock turned this intersection into a roundabout. Cars slowed as drivers noticed, some honked, others asked questions, and one man brought food for the people standing watch.
So, here's where we are in Minneapolis. The so-called citizens, so upset that ICE is there. What they have done is that they have created a situation and roadblocks so they can know who is coming in and out of their city, so they can track whether ICE is there. They want to make sure that the people coming into their neighborhood are the right people. So they're now enforcing a border. And they don't want people who aren't supposed to be there to be there. You cannot make that up. Tony Katz, yeah, lost voice, but I'm here. 93 WIBC, good morning, good to be with you. Aren't they doing exactly what Border Patrol does? Aren't they doing exactly what ICE is doing? Some people shouldn't be there, and they want to root them out. That's what's happening. That's what they're doing. Everybody knows it. The only people who don't know that they are ridiculously, not only just ironic, but pathetic, are the people who are doing it. It is unbelievable that they can say this with a straight face. I mean, it's just too much. Just too much. Listen, I feel fine. The voice is just shot. I was hoping I'd wake up with something better. This is what I got. Ooh, I like the low. Maybe I'll go with the low. Oh, wait a second. Maybe we're on to something. Oh, yeah. There it is. There it is. So you're going to hear a lot more Matt Bear today. But you're loved. The show goes on. I'm right here. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Alex Brown. What's the coolest thing made in Indiana? More at 6:32 on Inside Indiana Business. Brought to you by IBJ's Excellence in Healthcare on February 10th and Hunger in Health sponsored by Gleaners on February 12th. RSVP or secure your corporate tables at ibj.com/events.
Do you have an IRA, 401k, 403b, or TSP? Rather than ride the Wall Street roller coaster, you could get a 20% upfront bonus and an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the last 10 years. Hey, it's Hammer and Nigel. Let's say that again. You get an upfront 20% bonus on your money with Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy.
So if you invest $250,000, you get a $50,000 upfront bonus. You'll also get an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the last 10 years. Plus, your money is backed by one of the largest insurance companies in the world. Learn more from the retirement guy that we trust, Bill Demery, here in Indy, 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120 or visit yourretirementguy.com.
BMW, Mercedes-Benz, VW, Audi, Mini, Porsche, names that mean quality, performance,
and usually a dreadful service experience. You know you can't take your car just anywhere, but you may not know you can get the same quality service and parts without going to a dealership.
Enter Auto House Merkel.
Everything from routine service to performance tuning is handled with care by technicians who specialize in German vehicles, using only OEM parts or equivalent.
At a lower cost and less hassle than the dealership.
Book service now at AutohouseMerkel.com.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. Service today. Today.
Jeff Saturday for Indiana Unclaimed.
Listen up. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Indiana Unclaimed might have found some of your money. And if you're like me, you had no idea. But I went and checked for my name on indianaunclaimed.gov. Look, I found a Hall of Fame quarterback on that list and the foundation of a former punter. The state of Indiana is reuniting folks with $1 million per week. Your name may be on that list too. Go find it at indianaunclaimed.gov.
You've put in the years. Your experience should be respected and paid for. WIBC is hiring experienced commercial kitchen and refrigeration technicians. At WIBC, you'll find top pay, steady work, and real work-life balance, plus paid holidays, paid vacation, paid travel time, and paid training. If you're ready for a company that values your expertise and your time, this is your opportunity. Call 317-873-2512 or visit vasey.com, VASEY.com.
There's no championship league for small business owners, but if there was,
you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation, one-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo. Throaty traffic on the fives. Well, no, I mean, Matt might have good traffic. Oh, yeah, right?
Brother. Yeah, get in there, huh? Yeah, I get it.
All right, if anybody is aroused, just try and stay calm.
I don't think you're going to have that problem today.
Oh, I think I am.
But I appreciate you
I know I am.
Out there. All right.
I understand my people.
Yeah, yes, you do. Yes. Johnson County, northbound 65, just fine.
And he starts with Johnson County.
Your people are in Johnson County. Franklin.
They are my people. I love Johnson County.
They all live on
I want to
State
make
Road.
a baby with Johnson County.
I thought you had to. Northbound 65 from State Road 44. I'm still waiting. Wide open from State Road 44 to 465 on the south side. That's a 14-minute travel time. It looks pretty good right now. Just nice and easy. Could have some ice on those bridges or ramps here as the day progresses. And traffic sponsored by Audible. If you're headed on a trip, take care of you with the help of the top voices in well-being on Audible. Sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com/wellbeing. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
It is 6 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:16.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
This hour is powered by Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's Valentine's Gift Headquarters.
So, you have the U.S. and Iran talking nuclear. I thought we were about to bomb those people. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. It's The Voice. I'm fine. I mean, I was supposed to be on with Sean Spicer today. I was scheduled for Newsmax today. I canceled everything. Canceled all of it this morning. You can't go on. You can't go on TV with this. You can't even do radio with this. I even got Andrew to fill in. Andrew Langer will fill in for me midday. There's no way. There's no way. Oh, but I appreciate you being here. I am kind of stunned that plans for nuclear talks are back on. You had a series of Middle East leaders trying to lobby the Trump administration to not walk away from putting an end to Iran's nuclear program. The problem with talks is that if you are talking, there is this idea that the Ayatollah can remain, and that can't happen. Not if the people want to be free. The Arab nations, they have a different problem. They can't have Iran being a threat because that threat has kept them from growth for well over 2, 3, 4 decades. It has prevented them from being able to move as they wish. Nobody wants to be around the Ayatollah. No one. But maybe they understand something on the ground that we don't. That as much as the people may want to be free, those other leaders, they want their people to be free. So they don't care. They need an Iran that doesn't have nuclear weapons so they can have more stability. That's the situation. I don't enjoy that. They asked us to keep the meeting. This, according to officials. Listen to what the Iranians have to say. This is going to take place in Oman. This is happening at the same time that Trump is telling the Ayatollah that he should be very worried. Issuing a warning, Trump was asked about this on NBC, saying, I would say he should be very worried. Yeah, he should be. But what does that mean? When you talk about the protesters, Trump says, we have had their back. And look, that country's a mess right now because of us. Well, certainly, we took out a lot of the nuclear opportunities. Certainly, we have engaged sanctions. But I don't know what it means to have their back. I'm not sure what the president is getting at there. If he wants to argue that if they really fight the IRGC, we're going to support them physically, well, that's something. What does it mean to have their back? So you can't be engaging a deal to keep the Ayatollah in power and remove any other nuclear threat and still have their back if he's going to remain. I can't square that circle. Now, one other thing to note. If other nations, Arab nations, are coming to the United States to say, hey, continue the meetings, less nuclear from Iran is better, well, then wasn't Israel right about the threat that Iran is regarding their nuclear program? How many more times will Tucker Carlson be wrong? He wasn't always like this, but he is now. How many more times can Tucker Carlson be wrong? Now, this leads to a story, I think it was the Washington Times, about how J.D. Vance is feeling a tremendous amount of pressure to distance himself and put a pause on his relationship with Tucker. I would put forth to you that part of J.D. Vance will be a problem for him. It will be a problem for him. I do not have a good sense of where MAGA is regarding Tucker, regarding Candace, regarding any of these nonsense people. All this talk that took place about, oh, we're sick and tired of talking about Israel. We're sick and tired. None of that has actually shown itself to be something that has carry through, right? It's not a subject of today. I don't think I've brought up Israel in 2 weeks. So what movement are those influencers moving where you would need their voice for your election? That's the question. And I think that the connection may create issues that people like a Marco Rubio can exploit. But you tell me Rubio's not going to run. Yeah, sure. Right. He's not going to run. Sure, whatever you say. But if I'm also right, if it's not really a big deal, MAGA won't care and others won't care as long as Vance continues on with the Trump methodology. This is going to be a very interesting race to watch once the midterms are over. Let's see how we do in the midterms, which I have a theory. You know I have a theory. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Come get your tickets. My voice will be fine. Oh, this is so bad, right? Oh, my voice is terrible. Oh, brutal. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Join me on February 28th. Now, for those of you thinking I'm doing a RFK impression, I'm not. I swear to you, I'm really trying not to. I have never pulled out of a show halfway through. I'm going to try not to do that today. I was on Newsmax yesterday talking about the mayor of New York, Zohran Mamdani, because the story that you may have seen now on your social media feeds about how a cop was asked into a home because someone in the home had a knife and was having a psychotic break, whatever it was. And the cop is there and another cop is there. And this guy comes at him with a knife. The cop is pointing his weapon at him, put the knife down, tries to create a blockade with another door. The guy opens the door. He comes at him with a knife. The man with the knife gets shot. And the mayor of New York went to the hospital to visit the suspect, not the cop, and wants to argue that what we need are more social workers and less police in these situations. He's coming at a cop with a knife, and he wants a social worker there unarmed. The left is just absolutely enveloped in their ideology, their childlike ideology, where they somehow think that if they're just nicer, everything will be fine. But it's not nice. It's not smart. It's not good. It will create more damage. Massive amounts of damage. But then again, you look at Mamdani's first 2 months. 17 people died because of the cold in New York because he did not force people into shelters. He let the homeless stay on the streets. He killed 17 people. And if he were a Republican, you would have heard that story. Now, we're going to keep fighting through with this voice. I appreciate you like you wouldn't believe. Matt Bear has traffic.
All right, Tony, looking at southbound of 465 right now on the west side. It looks pretty good from Crawfordsville Road down to Washington Street. If you're coming in from Hancock County, good morning, Greenfield. Your trip on westbound 70 from State Road 9 to 465 on the east side is running 12 minutes right now, wide open. Everybody moving up the speed. And if you're continuing to Indianapolis International Airport out of the South Split, I see no trouble here. 9-minute trip to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway to Mariplex. Traffic sponsored by the Suburban Indy Home and Outdoor Living Show. The Suburban Indy Home and Outdoor Living Show returns to Grand Park February 6th through the 8th, featuring over 200 amazing exhibitors. Tickets are just $7 at suburbanindyshows.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show, 3 o'clock this afternoon. The biggest stories in Indy. Will it ever get warmer? And we've got Post Malone and Jelly Roll tickets. Let's go.
Laura McNally, Director of Outreach for Cultivate Food Rescue, appreciates Applied Innovation's approach to her nonprofit.
Applied Innovation has been a great partner in helping us find the best resource available for our budget.
You refer to Applied Innovation as a partner, not just a vendor.
Because they aren't just trying to sell us something. They're really trying to understand what our needs are, and they appreciate that we're a nonprofit and are doing good in the community, and they want to help accentuate that, not just take our money and move on. It's not just about a sale.
Applied Innovation's culture has always supported nonprofits.
They really do support nonprofits. They allow their employees on the clock to come and volunteer. If it's not with Cultivate, they can choose their own organizations to volunteer with.
Nonprofit or for-profit, Applied Innovation has office technology from a partner you can trust. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit applieddinnovation.com. Applied Innovation, fast, friendly, amazing.
Greetings from R&R Agency, your Indiana health insurance pros, and a sincere thank you to our loyal customers for helping us to another record year. We recently saved a 62-year-old retiring couple over $800 monthly when compared to their COBRA offerings. We recently saved a family of 4 over $400 monthly when compared to their $7,500 deductible program on the ACA, and that's still Obamacare. We recently saved a small 4-man manufacturing company over $1,000 monthly and gave them better coverage. We feature coverages guaranteed to age 65, low out-of-pocket expenses, the largest networks in the country, and you can sign up anytime. If you are retiring early, self-employed, or need coverage for your small group, call us at 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. If you don't call us, we can't help you. What do you got to lose? Call us, 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. As always, God bless America. Common sense government and peace too strict.
You've worked hard your whole life and demand the best in everything. Don't settle for tough, untraceable supermarket beef. Defiance Beef delivers farm-raised, hand-selected Angus-influenced beef. 100% traceable, custom-cut exactly to your specifications for superior tenderness and rich flavor. From the farm to your door, no middleman, no compromises. Reserve your share today at DefianceBeef.com. Use code BEEF for free shipping on your first order at DefianceBeef.com. Defiance Beef. beef, because you deserve nothing less.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to say
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A family's plea for help. And what's next? You have a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 17 degrees. The real feel, 11. We're going up to 23 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. The search for Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie, enters its 5th day.
Investigators are set to give an update in the case later today, and this comes as Savannah Guthrie and her siblings make an urgent plea for the return of their 84-year-old mother, Nancy.
On behalf of our family, we want to thank all of you for the prayers for our beloved mom.
Now, police believe Nancy Guthrie was abducted in her sleep from her home in Arizona after last being seen there Saturday night. As of yet, investigators say they have no suspect or person of interest identified in the case, but say they are reviewing possible ransom notes as part of the investigation.
Fox's Chanley Painter, President Trump said on Truth Social that federal law enforcement is being assigned to Tucson to help out find Guthrie. President Trump said his administration could take a softer approach to immigration enforcement in Minneapolis as federal agents reduce their presence there. Trump made the comment on Wednesday, saying that one of the lessons from the recent enforcement operations is about 700 federal agents are being withdrawn from the area. The National Prayer Breakfast is today in Washington.
The event's roots trace back to Seattle in 1935. A Norwegian immigrant and Methodist minister named Abraham Verede started a group that came to be known as the Fellowship Foundation, or the Family, for politicians and businessmen to talk and pray. Verede moved to Washington, D.C. in 1942 and started organizing members of Congress. The first national breakfast, as it's known now, was in 1953 with President Eisenhower speaking. This year's event goes back to one big gathering at a Hilton hotel in Washington. The last 3 years had two events, a breakfast on Capitol Hill run by Congress and the larger event organized by the Fellowship Foundation.
Fox's Chris Foster reporting. And the 2026 Winter Olympic events are already taking place today ahead of Friday's opening ceremonies. The early events include curling, women's preliminary ice hockey, yes, and snowboarding. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Alex Brown. The Indiana Chamber of Commerce on Wednesday awarded the Coolest Thing Made in Indiana award to Elkhart Brass Manufacturing for its unique glow-in-the-dark smooth-bore nozzle, which is used by firefighters to quickly identify equipment in low-visibility environments. Vice President Chris Martin.
We think we make a really cool product, but this just kind of gives you some more validation that everybody else thinks so too.
Shipshawana-based Stone Horses was this year's runner-up in the online bracket-style competition. Louisville-based Conco will be joined by local and federal officials today to cut the ribbon on its expanded facility in Scottsburg. The company, which manufactures ammunition containers for the U.S. military, is celebrating the completion of the $71.4 million expansion first announced in 2024. Lafayette-based trailer manufacturer Wabash is reporting full-year net income of $211.5 million in 2025, compared to a loss of $284.1 million the previous year. CEO Brent Yagi said Wednesday that demand recovery in the freight market remains uncertain, but shows early signs of growth in 2026. This is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Indianapolis-based Elevance Health is suing 4 former executives, claiming the group, who worked as senior leadership for the company in Puerto Rico, breached their contracts by leaving Elevance and immediately joining a competitor in similar roles. Elevance claims under employment agreements, the defendants were told that for a period of 12 months following termination of their employment, they could not obtain a similar job within the company's restricted territory at a competing company. Elevance said that because the defendants broke their agreements, the company is now owed the value of their respective equity awards, which the lawsuit claims the company has asked for but has not yet received. I'm Alex Brown for 93 WIBC.
All right, check it out, northbound 65 on the south side. Slow Raymond Street into the south split. That is a construction zone. ICE reported on 6570 at Washington Street. Be careful in that area and be careful with those ramps and bridges. They could be slick. Inbound 69. Good morning, Fishers. 4 minutes, State Road 37 down to 465. Traffic sponsored by the Suburban Indie Home and Garden Outdoor Living Show. The Suburban Indie Home and Outdoor Living Show returns to Grand Park February 6th through the 8th, featuring over 200 amazing exhibitors. Tickets are just $7 at suburbanindieshows.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Oh my goodness, we have 6 degrees. By the way, this is now the best I can do with this voice. It is not your radio. You have not lost your minds. I just can't talk. 6 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:36. Check on sports. Ryan Hedrick, what's up?
Tony, good morning. Butler dropped its 3rd straight game last night, but Providence had to go double overtime to pull it off, winning 97-87. After the game, Friars head coach Kim English talked about beating Butler in double OT for the 2nd time this season.
We have crazy games with Butler every time we play them. I thought our guys showed incredible resolve down. I don't even know how many guys now. Really proud of our group.
Finley Bizjack had 30 points. Butler plays Marquette on the road Saturday. IU returns home Saturday, playing Wisconsin after splitting a pair in Los Angeles. The NBA trade deadline is today, and while teams around the league have made plenty of moves, the Indiana Pacers haven't struck a deal yet. They play the Milwaukee Bucks on Friday, and the Jets have hired former Indianapolis Colts head coach Frank Reich as their offensive coordinator. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
The Suburban Indie Home and Outdoor Living Show returns to Grand Park February 6th through 8th.
Shop over 200 exhibitors.
Tickets are only $7.
SuburbanIndieshows.com.
Are you still thinking about what to get her this Valentine's Day? Make that moment last forever and surprise her with a gift from Pierce Jewelers. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
So I've thrown the whole day into upheaval. Wrong day to lose your voice. Totally. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. I have never done this in my entire radio career. I have never had to say, yeah, this isn't going to happen. I mean, I could do the whole show like this, but this is not a way to do a whole show. It's not. I was scheduled with Sean Spicer to do TV today. I was scheduled on Newsmax today. I got someone I canceled. I don't cancel. You don't cancel. It's not the way it goes. And I got someone to fill in for the midday. And yeah, you just can't do a show where you can't really talk. Although if I talk like this, maybe I could do a whole show like this. But I doubt it. You got to heal it up. Now, it's Thursday, which means I have responsibilities. Like the TK Thursday Music Moment, brought to you by KillADentRemoval.com. You've got a door ding, you've got a bump in your car, you want to make your car look good as new, you call Kill a Dent Removal, KillADentRemoval.com. Hail damage, you got hit by a shopping cart in the parking lot, Kill a Dent, KillADentRemoval.com. We'll take care of your car. Incredible people, great work, and they bring you the TK Thursday Music Moment, which I usually do at 8:35. But we're going to tap out. We're going to bring in Craig because nobody wants to hear this. I mean, everybody wants to hear this, but not like this. Not this kind of RFK kind of thing going on. I'm not trying to insult RFK. I'm just saying this is not good. So I said, why don't we bring the music moment early? Why don't we get everybody just grooving in their cars now? And that way we'll take care of our great sponsors and we'll take care of you. So that's what we're going to do. So for the TK music moment, you know the deal. The world is crazy, but we don't have to be. So we play some music, we relax a little bit, we catch our breath, and we go back to work. We do not have to be crazy. We don't have to be mental people. Other people are mental people. Let's not be. So I went to 1972, and I went to James Brown. Turn up your speakers. If you want to roll down your windows, it's up to you. Enjoy. This is Goodfoot.
Can't pass the people, can't pass the hitman. Get on that night. I wanna get on the good foot. Good foot. I got to get on the good foot. Going down to the crib and let all hang out. I wear so many people know what it's about done. Going down to the crib and let it all hang out. Where so many people know what it's about done. Where people can find and shake their hands and dancing to the music that ain't fine band. They're dancing on the good foot. I got to get on the good foot. I got to do it on the good foot. Do it with your good foot. I said the long hair hips and the afro plastic all get together across the tracks and they party. Oh, on the good foot. You know the dance on the good foot. Dance on the good foot. Ain't nothing going on but the rent done. A whole lot of bills in my money spent. And that's on my bad foot. You know my face getting short and I got the blues. I got a funky job and I paid the dues on the good foot. Oh, on the good foot. I got to get on the good foot. Hey, on the good foot. Get on the good foot. Come on now. Hit it there. You got it. Get it. Get it. Shop it now. Come on, get it done. On the good foot. Woo! Get on the good foot. On the good foot. On the good foot. Woo! Get on the good foot. On the good foot. Bang! Bang down. Get it down. Get it down. Oh! Down the bass. Play on it now. Come on. Get it down. Get it. Get on the good foot. Ooh. I got to get on the good foot. Ooh. Get on the good foot. Woo! Take care of business, sister. I'm your brother. Stay on the case. Got to be mellow. Gonna stay on the good foot. Ha. I don't know what he say or she say or whether. The only way I can take care of me, I gotta keep me together.
You gotta love the music moment. Sets everything right. Oh, and if you're like, what in the world is happening, Tony? Well, all right, here's what's happening. I've lost my voice. This is the best I sound. I played the music moment early, and Matt Bear has traffic.
Yeah, Tony, check it out. Northbound 65. Stop and go traffic on northbound 65 before Raymond into the South Split. That is a construction zone. We have ice on the ramp. This is 6570. Watch out for ice on those exit and off ramps, whether it be 6570 or anywhere in the metro right now. Looking at the east side, northbound 465 slow after Penn Pike up to East 56th Street. Southbound 65 Boone County, you look fabulous. Boone County from US 52 down to 865, the dog leg. No problems there. Traffic sponsored by the Suburban Indy Home and Garden Outdoor Living Show. The Suburban Indy Home and Outdoor Living Show returns to Grand Park February 6th through the 8th, featuring over 200 amazing exhibitors. Tickets are just $7 at suburbanindyshows.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
6 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time right now is 6:45.
Hey, what's up? It's Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel Show. Valentine's Day coming up. It's right around the corner, and flowers are nice. But I'm telling you, she's going to love a clean house a lot better. And this is where Rubbish Works comes in. Book today at rubbishworks.com. Call 317-207-2749. They are a full-service junk removal company. Declutter that house. They bring the dumpster, and they do the labor. They throw it all away. Rubbishworks.com. Use the promo code HAMMER, and you're going to get $25 off.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Jeff Saturday for Indiana Unclaimed.
Listen up. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Indiana Unclaimed might have found some of your money. And if you're like me, you had no idea. But I went and checked for my name on IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Look, I found a Hall of Fame quarterback on that list and the foundation of a former punter. The state of Indiana is reuniting folks with $1 million per week. Your name may be on that list, too. Go find it at IndianaUnclaimed.gov.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Ben Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G coverage. What? Franklin wasn't even a president. Hang on to those Benjamins. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, to switch to an American wireless company that's truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Step into the spotlight with Dancing with the Stars. Catch the live show at Old National Center Wednesday, February 25th. Reserve your seats and tickets today at WIBC.com.
Here's the story of a lovely lady who was bringing up three very lovely girls.
So this is producer Carl being funny. I've lost my voice and he's making Brady Bunch references. He's a terrible person. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. This is as good as it gets. Right here. I wanted to take a moment to cheer the people of the Plainfield Community School Corporation because they are actually doing the job of administrators and teachers and telling students, no, you don't get to walk out. We saw walkouts from Carmel, from Noblesville, and from North Central. And in all three of those places, the administration, the teachers were wrong. There is no justifying it. You're wrong. Now, I have had some people on social media who are truly ignorant say, I thought you favored free speech. One guy called me champ, which, as you know, is the guaranteed way. If you're not a grandpa talking to your grandson, if you call another human being champ, it's guaranteed that you're bad in bed. Those are the rules. Those are the rules. I did not invent the rules. I just know them. You don't allow kids to leave school and then claim that it's free speech. The level of ignorance in that kind of argument is the kind of ignorance that comes from social media and the political left. The letter sent to parents, posted online by the district, you have the superintendent, Andy Allen, the story at WIBC.com, saying students have the right to express themselves. The priority of the district remains academic instruction and student safety. And it gives the consequences for students who leave class without permission to participate in this so-called protest. And there will be no exceptions to those expectations. Good. Good on Superintendent Allen. Good on the school. We don't allow these things. You go to school. If you want to protest on your time, go right ahead. You want to protest on school time, disrupt other students, put yourself in harm's way, like walking into the street or anything else, and not being in class where you are obligated to be. Yeah, we don't do that. We don't do that at all. And it turns out, we take a look at Franklin Central High School, the principal there, as is reported, putting out a letter saying that, no, you can't leave. We don't do this. There are school rules and consequences that are applied consistently. Leaving class without permission is considered cutting class and will be addressed through our discipline process. And if you leave, you forfeit your parking pass. Now that's smart. If you leave class, you forfeit your parking permit. That's amazing. If the left does not want to understand that we have rules and the rules will be enforced, well, then they can. If they don't want to believe that they don't get it, if they want to act like it doesn't matter. They do this with students. They do this with ICE and illegal immigration. They do this all the time. Somehow, when they don't like it, the rules don't matter. But they do. They matter greatly. It's the difference between a freedom society and a liberty society. I am a believer in the liberty society, not the freedom society, which means how do we enable the best level of freedom with the least amount of relinquishing of rights to create the most stability? Now, when we look at that on a governmental level, that's why in the Constitution they wrote Article 1, Section 8, and that's why I favor it. And I'm very serious about it. You cannot decide, I don't like the rule at this time, without at least dealing with the consequences. If you interfere with ICE, if you interfere with law enforcement, you're going to get arrested. If you're a 16-year-old and think you're in charge and walk out of class, I say expulsion. But maybe I'm playing it a bit extreme. After all, they are 16. You just lose your parking pass and you get detention. Okay, solid. I accept. 2 schools. You got Plainfield over here, and then this is attributed to the high school principal over at Franklin Central. Good on them. Great on them. The people who think that kids should be able to do whatever and they should lead the way. That's nice in a song, but it isn't smart for real life. Adults need to lead. They need to act like adults. They need to say no. Saying no is good and valuable and important and necessary and creates a better society. The rules of the road matter. So to this superintendent, Andy Allen, who I don't know. I might disagree about him on other things. You got my support here. Same thing with this principal. I think it's Zach Tishniak is the name I have. Good on you. And to Carmel and Noblesville and North Central, you were wrong. You were wrong. 100% wrong. And we see you. Matt Bear's got traffic on the 5s. What's up?
East side crash northbound 465 at East 56th Street, right lane blocked, and traffic stop and go to Penn Pike, a 3-minute delay. Northbound 65 now slowing on the south side after South Keystone Avenue into the south split. That is a construction zone with a delay of 4 minutes. Traffic sponsored by the Suburban Indy Home and Garden Outdoor Living Show. The Suburban Indy Home and Outdoor Living Show returns to Grand Park February 6th through the 8th, featuring over 200 amazing exhibitors. Tickets are just $7 at suburbanindyshows.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Your heat seems to be running a lot more than it should. You might be surprised to learn it's because the insulation in your windows has failed. Talk to the pros at Window Nation and get new windows with big savings during Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale. Plus, you could get them 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. If you act now, you'll get an extra 10% off. When your window insulation fails, usually due to old or cheap materials, all of your window energy efficiency disappears. The results, a house that is cold in the winter and hot in the summer.
Window Nation's windows use top quality materials and seals along with insulated frames. They're so incredibly energy efficient that you'll actually save money on your utility bills. And they're backed with a lifetime warranty, so you don't have to live with broken windows anymore. Don't wait. Put an end to your window problems. Take advantage of Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 for free sale. And get an extra 10% off. Visit windownation.com for a free consultation.
February is when excuses disappear and effort has to show up every night.
It's been a rough couple weeks for us, but this group will keep fighting, keep learning, and get back on track.
The Big Ten is stacked and postseason hopes are at stake.
Confidence is one of those things, like you drop a couple and then you got to figure out a way to put it away fast. There's another one coming right in front of you.
IU meets Wisconsin, Saturday at noon on the home of the Hoosiers, 93 WIBC.
What say we start that new year with a new car at Tom Roush Lincoln? Hurry in for the 8, 9, 10 deal. Get $8,000 off new Nautilus or $9,000 off new Corsair. Or how about $10,000 off Lincoln Aviator? The 8, 9, 10 deal right now at Tom Roush Lincoln. Come get a great deal on all three from Tom Roush, where our family served yours since 1972.
Corsair stock number L25566, MSRP 55340. Nautilus stock number L26030, MSRP 62705. Aviator stock number L25384, MSRP 79450. See dealer for complete offer details.
When I was 48 years old, I had a massive heart attack.
Jake Query, sports radio host and announcer for the IndyCar Radio Network, shares his story as a registered organ donor.
I've always heard the assumption that I don't know about being an organ donor because if you go into the ER, they're going to be more anxious to get your organs. I'm kind of proof that's not the case. When your life is the one that's in the balance, your life is the priority.
Say yes to organ donation.
I have the opportunity to allow another group of people to continue the love and the beauty of life. Why wouldn't I do it?
To learn more, go to donatelifeindiana.org.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
February is the month of love, so maybe it's time to show your carpet a little attention. Your carpet is the biggest air filter in your home, and if it hasn't been professionally cleaned, you're breathing dirt, dust, and winter buildup every single day. That's why I call Zero Res. No soaps, no residue, just a deeper clean that keeps your home fresher longer. Right now, get 3 rooms of carpet cleaning starting at $119 plus $75 off air duct cleaning. Book online at zeroresindy.com. Ask for the WIBC special.
They are negotiating. They'd like to do something, and we'll see if something's going to be done.
93 WIBC.
The partial government shutdown's over.
What happens next?
We do believe Nancy was taken from her home against her will.
Happens here.
The note contained information about the crime scene that is not known to the public.
Stay in the know.
And it's sentencing day for the man convicted in the second Trump assassination attempt.
While you're on the go.
Tried to stab himself in the neck with a pen in court when he was found guilty.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Coming up in 2 minutes, FBI leaders talking about a case involving a teenage girl from Fishers. What people in Speedway are saying about a boil water advisory. What prosecutors are saying about a case involving a Hoosier judge. And why some people who work in Noblesville schools may have to look for another job. From the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios 93 WIBC, it's 7 o'clock.
A vigil and a plea in the search for Nancy Guthrie. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That was a church service in Tucson, Arizona, as the search continues for the mother of today's show host, Savannah Guthrie.
We want to thank all of you for the prayers for our beloved mom.
Savannah and her brother and sister put that video on social media days after their mom, who's 84, was kidnapped from her home, and they urged whoever took her to contact them.
We need to know, without a doubt, that she is alive and that you have her.
Fox's Alicia Cunha is in Tucson.
Late yesterday afternoon, law enforcement, including the Pima County Sheriff's, Customs and Border Patrol, and the FBI, arrived at Nancy Guthrie's house, cordoned it off with police tape, and searched the property. They were seen working in the back of the home and also in the garage. Earlier in the week, Sheriff's Chris Nanos said the crime scene had been cleared and handed over to the family.
President Trump posted on Truth Social he spoke to Savannah Guthrie and he's ordered all federal law enforcement to help. Next hour, we'll hear from the president at the National Prayer Breakfast the morning after going on TV. And as Fox's Chris Foster reports, discussing the immigration crackdown in Minneapolis leading to angry anti-ICE protests.
The president tells NBC News it was his decision to pull hundreds of law enforcement agents from Minneapolis.
We are waiting for them to release prisoners, give us the murderers that they're holding, and all of the bad people, drug dealers, all of the bad people.
Federal agents are promised more access to jails to take custody of potential deportees. The president says the two protesters shot and killed by federal agents last month were no angels, but it's very sad to him what happened.
You know who feels worse about it than anybody? The people of ICE.
A federal judge in Oregon has ruled against immigration agents, ordering them to stop arresting people without warrants unless they're considered likely escape risks. In the case filed by a man detained without a warrant despite having a valid work permit. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What the FBI is saying about the Haley Busby case. You have a clear radar over downtown Indianapolis where it's 13 degrees. It feels colder than that. We're going up to 23 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. FBI leaders in Cincinnati say they are heartbroken for Haley Busby's family and have offered their condolences. They say the investigation is all about getting justice for Haley, but they don't know when they'll be able to share more information because the case involves several different cities and agencies. What happens next, they say, depends on the evidence and any charges that follow. Haley's remains were found in Ohio after she disappeared with the man she met online. Tyler Thomas is now charged in the case, but he has not been charged with her murder. A sixth person has now been arrested in the shooting of a Tippecanoe County judge. Investigators say Nevia Bell of Lafayette helped plan the attack on Judge Stephen Meyer and his wife at their home last month. Police believe the shooting was tied to a case the judge was about to be involved in and is connected to a motorcycle gang. Bell is accused of funding and supporting the effort. 5 other people have been arrested. Speedway has now been under a boil water advisory since Monday, and the advisory was posted after 3 water main breaks on Sunday due to extended cold temperatures.
Heard people are getting sick from drinking the water, and the ice, so I'm staying away from it.
Pamela Poe, speaking with Wish TV, she lives in Speedway. She said that she had to drive to the Speedway Municipal Center to pick up a free case of water on Wednesday. Town leaders are telling people who live there to boil all tap water for at least a minute before drinking or cooking. but it's also costing businesses money who depend on the water. Work to revitalize downtown Noblesville is starting this week. Here's Jarrett Lewis.
They're calling it Embrace Downtown. Leaders in Noblesville held a groundbreaking ceremony to officially start on the project this week. The idea is to improve the city's infrastructure to create a safer and more vibrant downtown area that'll keep up with the growing population.
I would say underneath this beautiful historic downtown square and a beautifully historic, authentic downtown square is beautifully historic, authentic infrastructure.
Noblesville Mayor Chris Jensen says this will be the largest downtown infrastructure project for the city in 30 years. Construction is anticipated to wrap up in November. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Noblesville schools say they plan to lay off staff in the next few weeks because of a budget shortfall. District leaders say it's tied to costs over the past year, smaller raises, fewer positions, shifting purchases, and tightening contracts, but they say it's still not enough. The staffing cuts are expected to save the district more than $3 million. The district also doesn't know how many people will lose their jobs, only to say that they're trying to make cuts in a way that doesn't affect students. And last night in college basketball, the Butler Bulldogs lost in double overtime to Providence, 97-87, 3 straight losses for the Bulldogs. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
Good morning, Ryan. Check it out, Lawrence. This is a crash on northbound 465 at East 56th Street. The right lane is blocked and traffic is stop and go back to I-70. Delay time at 7 minutes. South side northbound 65 stop and go after South Keystone Avenue into the south split. That's a construction zone with a 3-minute delay. Airport runners looking good from the downtown hotel. Just hop on westbound 70 from Meridian and you have a 9-minute trip out to Plainfield, the Indianapolis International Airport collector ramp. It's pretty safe travels right now. Please have a good trip. Traffic sponsor by Audible. And if you're stuck in traffic, take care of you with help from the top voices in well-being on Audible. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com/wellbeing. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Drew Narsutis. See, with this voice, it's a fun name to say. Drew Narsutis. It's like you're speaking through a didgeridoo. Drew Narsutis. Wish TV meteorologist, what's happening?
Yeah, hopefully a good day for you to rest your voice a little bit there, because not much going on in the weather department. Another cold, cloudy day outside, a few decorative snowflakes, but nothing too crazy going on. High temperatures in the mid-20s, winds out of the southwest at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. We're more so concerned about chances for snow tomorrow morning here in the Indy area. We're likely only looking at a few tenths of an inch, but that could still make morning commute a little messy. You go closer to Fort Wayne, however, it could be an inch or two falling in your neighborhood.
That's Drew. Listen to that. That's not cool, man. That is not cool. No good.
No good. Sorry. It'll be warm next week.
Well, that's great. That's great. You're just the best. Next week.
I try.
I live in the now, man. I live in the now.
Sorry.
Drew Narsutis, Wish TV meteorologist. I appreciate it. 7 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:07. So the chat room thinks I should just do shots of bourbon, which they're not wrong. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. In my career, I have never, ever had a moment where mid-show I'm like, you know what? The show matters more than me. I shouldn't be the guy on air right now. I can't make this voice work. And we all know if I keep going, and the second show, I'm going to lose my voice for days, not just a day. Bring in Craig Collins.
Hey!
What? Did that not sound sexy?
That was awesome, dude.
Holy crap. Do you... first of all, you know Craig. You hear him here when I'm not here on WIBC, radio host in his own right, down in Houston. Do you lose your voice ever?
Yes. Oh, this happened to me, I don't know, a few weeks ago.
in which it took me 48 hours to get it back. It's horrible, dude. But you do sound amazing. I will say that, and you should do shots of bourbon. That's definitely the right answer.
I only care that I sound thin.
Yeah, sure.
That's what moves me most. Every single winter, every single one since I moved to Indiana, it's a small price to pay to live in God's country. But every single year this happens. People have been with the show. They know it. It's just, I was scheduled for Sean Spicer today, canceled. Newsmax today, canceled. Andrew Langer's going to fill in on the midday. And everyone's right. And Carl's right. You can't do this. So
yeah.
I don't know what Craig's going to talk about, but I guarantee you, on the fly, there is no one better. And for the chat room that likes my new voice, you people have a weird fetish, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, Craig, would you find this voice exciting? You know what I mean? Exciting.
I would ask for you to do a bunch of movie trailers. What I'm looking for is some movie trailers before you get out of here.
In a world.
Exactly correct. Yeah. But no, I wouldn't do a 3-hour radio show with a voice like that. But
it's brutal.
Yeah. That's no fun at all.
Well, I appreciate you being awake.
Sure.
I think that's the key.
Yeah.
Right there. Craig Collins, Radio Craig C on the Twitter X. Be sure to follow him. I tap out. Craig, the show is yours.
Thank you, man. This is cool. This is a first in my career, too, for someone to be like, hey, and I'm only awake because Carl knows my phone number. And Carl was calling my cell phone number at a time in the morning where it's interesting to get your cell phone number called a bunch. Like either something terrible is happening when you get a message that early, and I'm in a different time zone, just full disclosure, than you guys. It's an hour earlier here. So I was getting a phone call at like 5-something in the morning. And it's either horrible or it's something like this. And actually, just real quick, one other thing. I think Tony's already bounced. One other thing that I do like a lot, and this is obscure, this is out of nowhere, but darn it, hey, when you're asked to do a fancy radio show, a #1 radio show in the country on a short notice, you realize that you get to ask for the same amount of money that you usually ask for when you do a full show. It's not going to change anything. And so you might not know this comedy bit, but I was thinking about it the whole time. Brian Regan, very funny comedian, talking about how when he used to play Little League as a kid, he'd get a full snow cone because you get a free snow cone after the game, no matter how much of a game he played. So he was full game or half game, but always a full snow cone. And so I feel very much like Brian Regan and the full snow. This is weird, but I'm going to go ahead and play this. I promise we have a lot of other actual things to talk about in the 2 hours I'm going to be filling in and helping out today on the show. But I couldn't help not thinking about this.
Be out there. Oh, free snow cone. Free snow cone. Brian, what's the score? Free snow cone.
Free snow cone.
Free snow cone at the end of the game.
That's
if you
great.
play, they're going to give you a free snow cone. Even if you play half game, you get the whole, you don't get a half snow cone. You get a whole snow cone for half the game. The people that play whole game get a whole snow cone, and the people that play half game get a whole snow cone.
Yes, they do.
So it's always whole snow cone. So I'd rather play half game.
And his voice sounded like Tony at the end, although the opposite of that. But yes, I'd rather play half game. Sounds really great. So that's what I kept thinking of the entire time that I was asked to do this. And I'm here, and I'm doing things. So let's see. I got Bill Maher audio to play. We got a bunch of the Secretary Bessent audio that was amazing. There were so many moments yesterday where people were trying to trip up the Treasury Secretary, and he essentially just looked at people like they were absolute morons, which was great. A lot to get to, and also a lot of silly stuff to get to. Thrilled to be in for you. Thrilled to be helping out with Tony Katz, and called literally from the bullpen, which is a first for me in radio. Quick break. A lot coming up. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1 day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula, Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Attention CDL Class B drivers. Are you looking to work for a company that gets you a great starting wage, outstanding benefits, and a generous retirement plan? Irving Materials Incorporated is hiring. IMI is hosting a job fair this Saturday, February 7th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn at 6930 Intech Boulevard in Indianapolis. If you're a CDL Class B driver, IMI wants to see you this Saturday, February 7th. To learn more, visit driveimi.com. driveimi.com. driveimi.com.
Matt Bear, how do the roads look?
Pretty good, Craig. Check it out. Northbound 465, we do have a crash at East 56th Street, blocking the right lane, causing stop-and-go traffic back to I-70, a delay of 10 minutes. Southside northbound 65, stop-and-go before Raymond Street into the south split. That is a construction zone. Inbound 69 slows before 96th Street down to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Football and King's irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. 16 degrees right now with wind chill. It feels even colder than that, although I don't see the exact temperature in front of me. So it's cold and light snow and things going on. Isolated snow showers throughout the day today here in Indianapolis. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating and Cooling Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Community Health Network cares for your heart health. From heart scans and vascular screenings to complex heart procedures, you can count on our expert team for the highest quality cardiovascular care, when and where you need it. Your path to a healthy heart starts with knowing your risk. Schedule a heart scan or vascular screening today. Visit ecommunity.com/heart. Community Health Network. Exceptional care. Simply delivered.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
This hour is powered by Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's Diamond Engagement Ring store.
I was waiting for the hit there, Carl. Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in on very short notice. Thrilled to be here to do it. I have a comment about that, and I have a question I got to ask Matt Bear, but that's in a second. First, I got to do the Boer Home Remodeling popcorn moment. This is a popcorn moment brought to you by Boer Home Remodeling. There have been so many discussions about Jim Crow 2.0, but this has to be my favorite, is when you ask a Senator, Peter Welch, why it's Jim Crow 2.0, and he has no answer to that part.
Chuck Schumer is calling the SAVE Act Jim Crow 2.0. Do you agree with that? Do you think requiring an ID to vote in elections is, Jim Crow?
I do. I think this is about voter suppression. The president's talking about nationalizing the election.
Sure.
So it's all part of the effort to make it as hard as possible rather than as easy as possible for people to vote.
But doesn't that imply that, black voters specifically don't have an ID? Most of them say that they have one, and I think it's like over 70% of them are in favor of voter ID for elections.
I don't think it's about what your race is. I think that we should make voting safe and easy and do everything we can to encourage every legal voter to do that.
And then he just walked away from the microphone. I love that. Do you think this is Jim Crow 2.0? I do. I agree. It's definitely Jim Crow 2.0. Well, what do you mean? Because black people say they can get a driver's license as easy as anybody else. How is this Jim Crow 2.0? I don't think it's about race, is my favorite second answer to a back and forth there because they just don't care. Democrats will do anything, say anything. It doesn't matter. And in this case, I want to say it's racist. And if you call me on it, I'm going to pretend as though I didn't just say that. And that still counts, right? I still get points. You still get to go past go, collect your $200. Probably not. But that was my favorite. A bit outside maybe what a lot of people have seen in media today because it was a internet thing, but just so funny. All right. Matt Baer, I just got asked to jump into the show, as Matt obviously knows, as everybody knows. And I'm thrilled and I'm flattered that Tony Katz, that Carl would think of me. However, I don't know if there's the right way to say it. As he was leaving, Tony, who's not feeling well, he's got a case of laryngitis, he said, and I quote, "Nobody better on short notice than Craig Collins," which to me kind of feels like nobody faster than this fast midget kind of thing, version of a thing. I'm not saying he meant it that way, and I'm doing what my wife always does to me. You get a compliment, and you immediately ruin the compliment in your own brain. But some about that was like, I'm the tallest of the short people when he said that I'm the best on short notice. What do you think of that?
I'm pretty sure he meant it that way. I'm not in the mind of Tony Katz, I can tell you that.
No, that's hilarious.
I just work with the guy, but I'm pretty sure he meant to insult you, me, and Carl with that.
Well, I think just me. I thought it was no. I'm kidding.
Well, hey, all for one for all. You know, I mean, seriously. No, hey, listen, it's you came in on. He's very appreciative. I'm sure. I've not spoken to him about it.
Of course.
Yeah.
No. I love that my brain did that. My brain did the thing that my wife always does. That always gets me in trouble. I'll say something like, "Oh my God, your hair looks great today," and the missus will be like, "It didn't look good yesterday."
Oh,
What was I doing different? Yeah. Okay.
Wow, you look great in that new dress. You look so skinny.
So all my other clothes are terrible?
Yes.
I look fat and everything? Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what I was saying.
You're right.
No,
that's where my brain went, though. It's funny. He's like, nobody's better on extremely short notice where we had to wake him up out of bed and ask him to be on the air in 7 minutes than this guy right here.
It's
He's the best.
very human thing to not be able to take a compliment. As a matter of fact, I don't know anybody who can.
Actually, you're right. That is something we have in common. You are terrible at taking a compliment. And I
How
that's
dare
not a
you?
compliment.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no.
Okay.
That's funny that's an insult, that you're terrible at taking a compliment. But it's true of Matt Baer. Anytime I tell him he's talented, he's great at stuff, I feel like you're about to throw yourself off a cliff. You're like, no, stop. Don't say that.
Because I know you're only saying that because you want somebody to talk to in the morning. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's all it is. Well, dude, this is so funny. I was asleep 25 minutes ago, and now I'm awakened on the radio. This is really great.
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, a bunch of honey got recalled because it's loaded with Cialis. This is a real story that was out there in the world. Did you guys see this already? Did you talk about this already or no? Okay.
Carl's up.
No, we have not talked about it.
Okay. All right. As soon as he said, I thought maybe this was somehow a big part of the beginning of the show while I was asleep. A bunch of honey was recalled by the FDA because they found erectile dysfunction pills inside it. This was in Virginia.
Whoa. That's cool.
Correct. The company is called Arco, and they don't know how this happened. That's my favorite part of it, is they're like, we don't really understand how our honey thing and then our Cialis machine got together. I don't think anybody that's had this recalled has returned it yet. That's my assumption. I feel like some people might keep this thing. But yes, dangerous amounts of erectile dysfunction pills inside your honey in Virginia.
Okay, so I as I'm understanding, I could go buy honey. I can go buy honey over in Virginia and get Cialis at the same time. Like the Cialis is in there. Okay, so
yes.
All right, it's you have to do the math to figure out whether or not I'm going to cancel my subscription right now. But I think I'm going to stick with the USPS here for the moment. Yeah. But I won't go into detail.
Sure,
please do.
No. I don't want to go into detail, but I know what Cialis is all about.
Oh, do you? Okay.
The official brand and the generic brand, and you have to be careful with that stuff, especially if you're combining it with all the sugar that's in honey. I mean, you could combust. You really could combust in front of everybody.
It's like a vodka Red Bull. It's too much up and down together, is what you're saying.
Such a bizarre drink, vodka Red Bull.
It is a bizarre drink. By the way, I do love the fact that this honey is energy support honey. That's what it's called. Because you definitely get some energy support in this situation. The other thing I kept thinking of, this is another one, is at any of these grocery stores, if there's a guy like Matt somewhere, that he tries to take it all home. Like the minute they find out it's a recall, one dude volunteers, like, I'll take it. I'll get it all back to where it needs to go. Everybody else ignore it. Give me all that honey, put it in my car.
This is for my pet bear. I'm just going to feed him on honey.
Oh, man.
Day, yeah. But
that
if that's the Alice in it, wow, that's going to be
That is a terrifying follow-up movie to the,
Cocaine Bear
one.
Yeah.
Cialis Bear sounds horrible. This world, this is what we get. You asked Craig to jump in, and now I'm on the radio, and now we're saying awful things. I apologize to Tony Katz. I'm just going to put that out there multiple times throughout the show.
I was going to say, Carl, we're staying late so we can write the screenplay to Cialis Bear, and we're going to work on that today.
Oh, my God.
Because it's a great idea.
You know, I got to be honest, I would be more terrified of Cialis Bear than Cocaine Bear. Like, if I had to pick a bear to be attacked by, it would be Cocaine Bear 10 out of 10 times.
Well, you don't want the bear sexually frustrated when it's attacking you.
That's what I was thinking.
Things could go wrong. I mean, normally, Cocaine Bear's just going to eat you. All right.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
We're going to
We can stop there.
Yeah. Dark place.
All right, and so I'm here for the next few minutes. I'm probably going to get fired and replaced during the show now. How funny would that be? They got to go to the bullpen a second time.
I loved your popcorn moment.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. Yeah, it was great. Quick break, a lot more. Greg Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC. Matt's got your traffic.
Northwest side crash coming into downtown, southbound 65 at 29th Street. The right lane is blocked and traffic is stop and go back to MLK. East side crash, northbound 465 at East 56th Street. Right lane is blocked because of a crash. Traffic is jammed up from 70 past Penn Pike for a 12-minute delay. South side, northbound 65 stop and go from South Keystone Avenue into the South Split. That is a construction zone. Inbound 69 tight from 106th Street to 82nd. That's delayed 6 minutes. Traffic sponsored by the Suburban Indie Home and Garden Outdoor Living Show. The Suburban Indie Home and Outdoor Living Show returns to Grand Park February 6th through the 8th, featuring over 200 amazing exhibitors. Tickets are just $7 at suburbanindieshows.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show, 3 o'clock this afternoon. The biggest stories in Indy. Will it ever get warmer? And we've got Post Malone and Jelly Roll tickets. Let's go.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Do you have an IRA, 401k, 403b, or TSP? Rather than ride the Wall Street roller coaster, you could get a 20% upfront bonus and an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the last 10 years. Hey, it's Hammer and Nigel. Let's say that again. You get an upfront 20% bonus on your money with Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy.
So if you invest $250,000, you get a $50,000 upfront bonus. You'll also get an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the last 10 years. Plus, your money is backed by one of the largest insurance companies in the world. Learn more from the retirement guy that we trust, Bill Demery, here in Indy, 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120 or visit yourretirementguy.com.
career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
The Suburban Indie Home and Outdoor Living Show returns to Grand Park February 6th through 8th.
Shop over 200 exhibitors.
Tickets are only $7.
SuburbanIndieshows.com.
This Valentine's Day, give her that symbol of eternal and everlasting love. A diamond from Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. Remember, shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
They are negotiating. They'd like to do something, and we'll see if something is going to be done.
93 WIBC.
The partial government shutdown's over.
What happens next?
We do believe Nancy was taken from her home against her will.
Happens here.
The note contained information about the crime scene that is not known to the public.
Stay in the know.
On its sentencing day for the man convicted in the second Trump assassination attempt.
While you're on the go.
Tried to stab himself in the neck with a pen in court when he was found guilty.
On air, online, and on Alexa. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The FBI is adding more resources to help find her. You have a clear radar over downtown Indianapolis on a Thursday morning where it's 7 degrees. We're going up to 23. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. Late yesterday, federal, state, and local police showed up at the home of Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today host Savannah Guthrie. And Nancy has been missing since Sunday.
Cordoned it off with police tape and searched the property. They were seen working in the back of the home and also in the garage. Earlier in the week, Sheriff's Chris Nanos said the crime scene had been cleared and handed over to the family. Law enforcement was also seen at Savannah Guthrie's sister Annie's home. We saw agents coming in and out of a vehicle carrying what looked like a tripod and some equipment.
Fox's Alicia Acuna reporting from Tucson, Arizona this morning. Savannah Guthrie and her siblings posted a video on Instagram late last night asking for proof that their mother is still alive.
We pray without ceasing, and we rejoice in advance for the day that we hold you in our arms again. We love you, Mom.
Love you, Mom.
We love you, Mom. Stay strong.
And Guthrie also talked about a ransom note in that same video that some say was sent to TMZ and other local media outlets in Arizona. Police are looking at it as possible evidence as they work to figure out what's real. Deputies also found blood outside of the home. Congress is working to negotiate a deal on homeland security.
Democrats are looking to send a proposal to their Republican counterparts on a deal to fund the Department of Homeland Security. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries claims leadership in both the House and Senate are unified in their message.
ICE is completely and totally out of control.
Democrats are pushing for judicial warrants, masks to come off, and want people to have the ability to sue ICE over misconduct. Republicans have a number of issues with what Democrats are proposing, believing it could put agents in danger and hurt their ability to arrest dangerous criminals. DHS funding runs out next week.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz on Capitol Hill this morning. Leaders in Fulton County, Georgia want the FBI to return the ballots that they took. The chair of the county commission said that he's filing a motion to get back nearly 700 boxes of ballots. In California, people are worried about gas prices
as they could climb even higher than they are after an oil refinery shut down near San Francisco. And as the Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks get ready for Super Bowl 60 on Sunday near San Francisco, the NFL is working to keep Levi's Stadium and its digital systems secure.
This 7th floor conference room is now converted into the NFL's cybersecurity hub. A construct of the stadium and surrounding area sits on tables while banks of monitors display virtual threats. Over the past month, a team of experts and engineers has put a virtual shield around the Tier 1 event that is Sunday's Super Bowl 60. Firewalls are seeing tens of thousands of malicious or questionable attempts each day. Those numbers increase exponentially as we approach kickoff, the halftime show, and the Lombardi Trophy presentation postgame. And all taking place in the background and bowels of Levi's Stadium, allowing the game action, not the threats, to dominate cyberspace.
That's Jesse Gary reporting from Santa Clara. He's with Fox 2 San Francisco. And sports on WIBC at 7:34. Butler had several chances to pull off a win last night against Providence.
A dominant second overtime period for the Friars, 15-5. That's their scoring output here in the second OT. Final score, 97-87.
On the Butler Athletic Network, Butler couldn't sink a free throw when it mattered, missing 5 in a row from the end of regulation into overtime. 3 straight losses after a 3-game winning streak in January. Now the Bulldogs have a quick turnaround to Milwaukee to take on Marquette. Number 24, Louisville, stayed ahead of Notre Dame last night, hitting key free throws down the stretch and going on a 15-1 run in the second half as they won 76-65. And Indianapolis Colts wide receiver Michael Pittman Jr. talked about his future with the team, telling Wish TV from the side of Super Bowl 60 that Indianapolis is his home.
I love everything about it. I love the people there. I love this team. And I just really want to do everything that I can to bring this team back to where we should be and where we were like in the past, like the Peyton Manning, Reggie Wayne, the Marvin Harrison days.
And the Colts dropped their final 7 regular season games and missed the playoffs for the 5th straight year. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:36, traffic on the 5s or 6s. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Ryan, check out northbound 465 north of East 56th Street. That is a crash. Also a crash going southbound 465 at East 56th Street. Right now, northbound side backed up to Brookville Road for a 20-minute delay. Inbound 65 crash between 29th and 21st in the right lane. Stop and go traffic back to the White River, a 3-minute delay. Southside northbound 65 stop and go from South Keystone Avenue into the South Split. That is a construction zone. Inbound 69, now an 8-minute delay from 116th Street to 465. Traffic sponsored by the Suburban Indy Home and Garden Outdoor Living Show. The Suburban Indy Home and Outdoor Living Show returns to Grand Park February 6th through the 8th, featuring over 200 amazing exhibitors. Tickets are just $7 at suburbanindyshows.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Light snow, isolated snow showers all day today. It looks like 16 is the temperature right now. The temperature brought to you by the American Standard, the WIBC American Standard Heating and Cooling Weather Center of 93 WIBC. There we go. I got it.
The most frightening and deadliest enemy in the Patriots camp wasn't British. It was invisible.
WIBC celebrates the spirit of 76. Brought to you by the WIBC Daily Newsletter.
February 5th, 1777. Washington ordered Continental troops inoculated against smallpox. The disease had crippled militias and halted campaigns. With the army gathering in winter quarters, Washington made a daring choice. Risk a few days of sickness now to save thousands later. Doctors spread the infection in controlled doses. Fevers came, then passed. The epidemic broke. The decision became a quiet victory, proving courage and command could save lives just as surely as winning battles.
The spirit of 76. History remembered. Freedom celebrated. Have the latest headlines and show content delivered to your inbox daily. Sign up at WIBC.com.
Whenever I'm out wandering,
chasing a rainbow.
Johnny Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. Thrilled to be with you. A bunch of stuff out there to talk about. You got Matt and Carl hanging out as they do every single morning on the show. It's time for a Facebook Marketplace segment, which is brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, a great place to go and find out that somebody owes you money. If anywhere in Indiana you have a check sitting around waiting for you, Indiana Unclaimed finds out about that, and then you message them. They send you a check. It's wonderful. We all got money that way. I popped in the old, Marketplace machine to look up a thing, and I didn't realize I was listed as in Houston, Texas when I was doing this because that's where I actually live. So the item that I found is available in Houston, Texas. They are called nipple shields. That's an actual item. That's a real thing. They are $10 from a lady in Houston. She says she's never used them, and she bought them on TikTok. But because I want to serve the Indiana community so much, I also found nipple shields available in Indianapolis by typing in that name specifically. These ones are free. They sound like they've been used, but they are free. Now, one of the first questions people might be asking themselves is, what's a nipple shield? And why is Craig saying that word this many times? Matt, are you asking yourself that question or no?
No, not at all. I think the nipple shield is fantastic for the cold weather runner, for the people who don't want chafing. I mean, in fact, I would think all you need to wear when you run outdoor in the cold is the nipple shield. And, everything is preserved the way God meant it to be.
More of us should wear these is what you're kind of saying. Yeah, I got you.
All the time, maybe, I mean, just why even take them off?
That's not what it is. Nipple shield is for a pregnant woman that doesn't want to have bad things happen while feeding a baby. And so that's what they are. I Googled this. I looked at all this stuff because at first I didn't know. And I'm glad that Indianapolis has a bunch of people selling these. And by the way, you can get brand new ones for $3. So you can buy them in Houston, Texas for $10 from a woman who claims she never used them. Buy them in Indianapolis for $0 from somebody, or from Amazon for $3. Those are your options in the nipple shield world.
Honestly, I was kind of hoping it would be a suit of armor, just for your nipples. Like if you're going to joust, you joust naked on a horse, and all you're wearing are your nipple shields. But you're saying this is for a more contemporary use rather than
I gotta be honest,
medieval combat.
Yeah, I got to be honest, man. A suit of armor is a nipple shield. Like it's other things too.
Your lips to God's ears.
Yeah, it would shield that area. I imagine it would. But yeah, it was the first. I don't know why it popped up when I opened Marketplace. I was like, oh, this is gold. I don't even know what these are. And now I've figured a lot of things out that make no sense.
Notice they're made in China, though.
Oh,
they are made in China.
Send
the ones in
back.
Texas.
Send them back.
Yeah. There's so many available in Indianapolis, by the way. If you type in, which I don't know why I ever would have made this recommendation on the radio, and I'm about to make it, nipple shields in Marketplace in Indianapolis, you get tons of options.
Well, Craig, we're at work. I don't want to type that in.
Wait a second. Carl, doesn't Eli Lilly make nipple shields, and maybe that's why it's so big in Indianapolis?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, think about it. Maybe one of our pharmaceutical companies is a big manufacturer of the nipple shield.
I have to be honest, though. Why would my Marketplace where I live be showing me this? Like, what did I hit? What did I click on? What thing on the internet did I look at recently? Where it's like, this Craig Collins guy needs to know about some nipple shields. Like,
well, the algorithms seem to be able to find what kind of entertainment I like to watch. So, it's kind of all... I mean, nothing's private anymore. So I leave that to you, Craig, whatever you're looking up on.
I don't have an answer to this question. It's very odd. But I was fascinated by it. I'd never heard of it before, as my wife and I didn't have any kids. So, yeah, not for lack of trying, by the way, which I'm proud of. Anyway, other stuff out there that got weird.
No.
The 10 weirdest Super Bowl prop bets is something I wanted to mention real quick right before we take a break. There's a lot of them. They're all about will a certain player make a pass attempt who's not actually a quarterback, kind of thing. But my favorite one is always how long will the national anthem go? Over under a certain amount of minutes. And then this is on the list. This is a real prop bet. And I feel like it's just so aligned with everything we've been talking about. Will Bad Bunny expose a nipple during the halftime show? 81% likely, by the way. If you take this vote, there's an 81% chance they're saying he will be, shirtless at some point, Janet Jackson style. So I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, but it feels like free money.
And thus the need for the nipple shield.
That's true. Actually.
Sure.
You're right.
Yeah. I was thinking, that's exactly what I was thinking with Bad Bunny, that he's wearing some sort of leather thing. And then all of a sudden, Justin Timberlake runs over and pulls it off. And there's his nipple. And we all go back to never saying bad words again.
No, we do.
It happened after that Super Bowl appearance.
Our lives are all changed forever. I think I'm actually going to watch the Turning Point USA one. I like Kid Rock. I don't hate Bad Bunny. I don't know. But part of me is intrigued by the one that's going to be on the internet and at the same time. But yeah, will Bad Bunny expose a nipple is a real prop bet that you can take right now. And it's 4-1 odds that he's going to do it, which makes it seem like Vegas is really expecting him to do it. And I don't know why. I'm very confused. But all right, we'll take a break. A lot coming up. Matt's got traffic for you in a bit. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
It's an all-new date, but it's the same great bourbon. Saturday, February 28th, join me for Trump 1 year and 1 month later at the Hyatt Regency in downtown Indianapolis. The snow caused us to postpone, but it couldn't stop us. February 28th, downtown Indianapolis, the Hyatt Regency, Trump 1 year and 1 month later. The bourbon, the food, the live music, the red tie, and you. I'll have the full breakdown of how we win the midterms and more. Get your tickets. Go to WIBC.com. Trump 1 year and 1 month later at WIBC.com.
Nate Bargatze.
It's a lot to have two dogs because you got to open the back door and let two dogs out.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Cambridge Fieldhouse, Saturday, February 14th. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson, and now through Monday, February 16th, it's the President's Day sale at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Lazy Boy recliners start at $399. Smith Brothers sofas start at $18.99. Lift chairs start at $5.99, and reclining sofas start at $6.99. Save up to $800 on the best mattresses, including Tempur-Pedic. Our biggest President's Day sale ever ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Matt Fair, how do the roads look?
All right, Craig, we do have crashes. One on the east side of Lawrence, northbound 465 at East 56th Street. Crash blocking the right lane. Stop and go traffic back to I-70 for a delay time of 20 minutes. Southbound 65 crash before 21st Street, and that's backing us up to 38th Street, Kessler Boulevard. Eastbound 70 now on the brakes after Sam Jones Expressway past Holt Road. Southside northbound 65 delayed 8 minutes from Keystone Avenue into the South Split. Serious crash in Speedway. It's Crawfordsville Road at Lyndhurst. A car is overturned. Traffic sponsored by the Suburban Indy Home and Garden Outdoor Living Show. The Suburban Indy Home and Outdoor Living Show returns to Grand Park February 6th through the 8th, featuring over 200 amazing exhibitors. Tickets are $7 at suburbanindyshows.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Isolated snow showers. Thank you, Matt. Throughout the next few hours today and in the afternoon today, 16 degrees is the temperature right now. The temperature is brought to you by the American Standard Heating and Cooling Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
Michael Meitner, IT Director for Grand River Aseptic Manufacturing, has multiple products from Applied Innovation.
We utilize their line of Rico MFPs across all of our sites, and we're currently using their DocuWare solution for scanning and archival.
Applied Innovation's DocuWare solution has benefits?
Yeah, us providing our great customer service to our customers has been improved tenfold. Instead of taking like 30 minutes, it now takes 1 minute.
So Applied Innovation has become an important strategic partner.
Applied Innovation has really become our one-shop stop for all of our MFP printing, scanning needs, our document archiving processes. It's really convenient to have one vendor across all of our 6-7 different sites that we have that I can trust on.
And Applied Innovation service?
Customer service has been amazing. I recommend Applied Innovation and DocuWare to anyone that I possibly can.
Applied Innovation. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedyinnovation.com.
What say we start that new year with a new car at Tom Roush Lincoln? Hurry in for the 8, 9, 10 deal. Get $8,000 off new Nautilus or $9,000 off new Corsair. Or how about $10,000 off Lincoln Aviator? The 8, 9, 10 deal right now at Tom Roush Lincoln. Come get a great deal on all three from Tom Roush, where our family served yours since 1972.
Corsair stock number L25566, MSRP 55340. Nautilus stock number L26030, MSRP 62705. Aviator stock number L25384, MSRP 79450. See dealer for complete offer details.
Jeff Saturday for Indiana Unclaimed.
Listen up. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Indiana Unclaimed might have found some of your money. And if you're like me, you had no idea. But I went and checked for my name on indianaunclaimed.gov. Look, I found a Hall of Fame quarterback on that list and the foundation of a former punter. The state of Indiana is reuniting folks with $1 million per week. Your name may be on that list too. Go find it at indianaunclaimed.gov.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Ben Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G coverage. What? Franklin wasn't even a president. Hang on to those Benjamins. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, to switch to an American wireless company that's truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Shop now for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Football and King's irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it.
Get inspired at the Suburban Indy Home and Garden Living Show on Saturday. Discover hundreds of exhibitors, thousands of ideas, plus local artisan shopping. Tickets are just $7 online and parking is free at Grand Park. Visit suburbanindyshows.com.
Too sexy for my love. Too sexy for my love. Love's going to leave me.
Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. Matt and Carl hanging out as they do every single morning on this very program, on this very show. I'm going to do a serious topic, which we usually don't do in these segments, but I'm going to, and we're all going to weigh in on it if you guys want to. Savannah Guthrie put a message out with her family members asking for the return of her kidnapped 84-year-old mother. This story is crazy. I feel like part of it broke just recently. I think I was filling in for Dana Lash earlier this week, and actually this broke during that, or maybe that was last week. My weeks blur together sometimes. But anyway, you would have heard it here on 93 WIBC. But now the family has come out. They said they've gotten ransom notes through different news organizations. So I just want to play a little of Savannah Guthrie talking about her mom being kidnapped and a ransom of millions of dollars of Bitcoin being the request, which I don't think they get into. And it's just insane, this story. And yeah, okay, let's play this first and then we'll weigh in on it.
Have heard the reports about a ransom letter in the media. We are ready to talk. However, we live in a world where voices and images are easily manipulated. We need to know, without a doubt, that she is alive and that you have her. We want to hear from you, and we are ready to listen. Please reach out to us.
Yeah, that's horrible. Everything about it is horrible. Sorry about the double play audio there for a second. And Savannah Guthrie asking to get some sort of information because they might wind up having to pay a ransom. It's just surreal. Does anyone else, Matt, do you want to weigh in on this story at all? I just figured I'd mention it because I feel like it is a pretty big deal.
I guess what I wonder about all this is the kidnapper's request for Bitcoin. I mean, is that because the Bitcoin is untraceable? I mean, what's the deal here as opposed to regular cash? Because Bitcoin, it's volatile. You know, it's not as stable as the dollar. So these guys are wanting Bitcoin and a handsome amount of it. While
millions of dollars, I know.
I'm not understanding the kidnapper's request entirely. But if they're looking for unmarked currency, I guess that's the way to go.
Well, you know, it's interesting that you identified that part because it's obviously totally not the same thing in any way, shape, or form. But I had a friend who had something stolen from him that he wanted. I think it was a laptop. I can't remember what it was. And this was years ago, a long time ago. And the guy who got it, like, ransomed it back to him asking for Bitcoin. And he paid the guy. And, like, he didn't even... I can't remember exactly all the details. I think it was like a work computer and something weird happened. It was a strange story. This was a guy I was working with at WGN Radio in Chicago. I shouldn't say anything else. The funniest part of that weird story is he bought too much Bitcoin, and now he's got a ton of Bitcoin money because he was, hit up for a ransom 15, 20 years ago when this was first barely a thing. But yes, to answer your question, I know because of my friend, 100%. The reason that these horrible kidnappers in the Savannah Guthrie story are asking for Bitcoin is it's completely untraceable. You can transfer it to someone you don't know who they are, and they can take ownership of it and keep it and use it later, and you can never track it. You can never figure out what happened to it. So, yeah, it's a horrible story, and weird that I just so happen to know that last part, that you can purchase Bitcoin, give it to someone, and then get something from them and never be able to find them with just that information.
Well, the way I kind of feel about it was her mother and the kidnapping and everything.
My God.
It's like the kidnapping happened and it absolutely shouldn't be. And now this woman is in peril, scared for her life. And the reaction to it is kind of grotesque. And I kind of think the same thing whenever Charlie Kirk was assassinated. A man is dead and he shouldn't be, and that's all there is to it to me. A woman was kidnapped and she shouldn't be, and that's all there is to it. And it just kind of it exemplifies this polarized nature that we're in right now about how we just can't have empathy for the people. And like I said, I felt the exact same thing when Charlie Kirk was killed, and now this is happening and there's this reaction from the other side. And you just kind of hope these people, these families that surround these public figures are somehow able to make it through and lean on each other and find some love in their life,
Yes, and get their loved one back. Hopefully their loved one is returned. But yeah, there's a time when you can reposition a conversation into politics, and there's a time where if you want to be a human being, you shouldn't. And this does feel like that time, to say the very least. And definitely the murder of Charlie Kirk felt exactly like that, too. I'll echo what you just said there. There is one thing I'll say about this, though, and it's an odd additional thought that's in my brain. Kidnapping is very, very common in Mexico. I know this because my wife, who's from Mexico, her father was once kidnapped. This is when I was like dating her. I know, dude, it's crazy. I was dating her, and I remember I took her out on a date somewhere, and all of a sudden she's like, "Hey, by the way, just so you know, my dad's currently kidnapped." And I was like, what's going on? And they got him back. He's okay. They had to pay somebody money. The guy owns a farm in Mexico. And so part of me did think that at the inevitable end of this story, if we find out who the kidnappers are, that there might be an opportunity to have a discussion about why they did this if they happen to not be from the United States in the first place, because we don't see this as much.
Yeah,
as
they
some
might
other
be
countries
cartels.
do. Right. This is what I'm saying. I don't know that. That will feel like a more appropriate moment to potentially have a discussion that falls in the world of politics, not necessarily right now. Although I haven't seen, I will admit this to Matt and Carl before we throw it to traffic and take a break, I haven't seen as much of that. I haven't seen as many people celebrating or being happy about the kidnapping of Savannah Guthrie's mom as I had seen with the Charlie Kirk thing. I'm not saying I haven't seen any of it, but it's nice that I haven't seen as much for whatever that's worth. All right, we'll take a break. Matt's got traffic for you.
Craig, crash and delay on the east side, northbound 465 at East 56, jam to Washington. Traffic sponsored by the Suburban Indy Home and Garden Outdoor Living Show. The Suburban Indy Home and Outdoor Living Show returns to Grand Park February 6th through the 8th, featuring over 200 amazing exhibitors. Tickets are just $7 at suburbanindyshows.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 3/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Are you having a hard time making it through a day of work without foot pain or discomfort with things that used to be simple like walking the dog? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet store can help you, like Bill.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Another satisfied customer of the Good Feet store is Wendy.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Come to the Good Feet store today for your free fitting and test walk. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood just off the 65. Or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Discover your options at the Good Feet store.
Window Nation, windownation.com. Window Nation was recently ranked highest on Forbes' list of best window installation companies, so you can trust Window Nation for high-quality, affordable windows. That's what I did. They were in and out of my house within a day, replaced the whole front of my house with brand new windows, saving a ton on energy bills, keeping the cold air out and the warm air in with Window Nation and windownation.com.
Schedule your fast and free estimate right now with Window Nation. Go to their website, windownation.com. Shop around, find what you like, but take advantage of this deal. Buy 4, get 4 windows for free, and get an extra 10% off. And again, a fast and free estimate is available at windownation.com. But to get the deal, you have to tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
February is the month of love, so maybe it's time to show your carpet a little attention. Your carpet is the biggest air filter in your home, and if it hasn't been professionally cleaned, you're breathing dirt, dust, and winter buildup every single day. That's why I call Zero Res. No soaps, no residue, just a deeper clean that keeps your home fresher longer. Right now, get 3 rooms of carpet cleaning starting at $119 plus $75 off air duct cleaning.
Still no sign of Nancy
Book
Guthrie.
online at zeroresiddy.com.
I'm Dave Anthony, Fox
Ask
News.
for the WIBC
She's
special.
without any medicine. She needs it to survive. And she needs it not to suffer.
Today's show host Savannah Guthrie and her brother and sister put that video on social media.
We love you, Mom. Love you, Mom.
We love you, Mom. Stay strong. Nancy Guthrie was kidnapped over the weekend from her home in Tucson, Arizona.
We too have heard the reports about a ransom letter in the media. As a family, we are doing everything that we can. We are ready to talk.
Asking for proof from whoever took her. The 84-year-old mother is still alive. Fox's Lisa Cunha is in Tucson.
The investigation is about to feel the full force of the federal government's investigative powers. President Trump posting on social media last night, quote, "I spoke with Savannah Guthrie and let her know that I am directing all federal law enforcement to be at the families and the local law enforcement's complete disposal immediately."
And we'll hear from President Trump later this hour at the National Prayer Breakfast. And Fox's Jackie Heinrich reports.
The White House says President Trump has made strides to protect Americans' God-given rights and also his promise to reverse Joe Biden's policies that weaponize the government against people of faith.
The president tells NBC News after all the anti-ICE protests in Minneapolis, angry about immigration enforcement.
Maybe we can use a little bit of a softer touch, but you still have to be tough. These are criminals. We're dealing with really hard criminals.
There has been a drawdown of 700 federal agents from Minnesota. The president also says ahead of direct talks with Iran tomorrow, the supreme leader should be very worried with U.S. military ships in the region that he could take action like last year's bombings if Iran doesn't make a deal.
If we didn't take out that nuclear, we wouldn't have peace in the Middle East because the Arab countries could have never done that. They were very, very afraid of Iran.
Yeah.
They're not afraid of Iran anymore.
America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
More charges in the case of a shooting of a Hoosier judge. Right now, small snowflakes falling from the sky in downtown Indianapolis. We're at 7 degrees. We're going up to 23. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. A 6th person named Nevia Bell from Lafayette has now been arrested in the shooting at a Tippecanoe County judge's home, and police say several people were involved in planning the attack on Judge Stephen Meyer and his wife. Court documents reveal that the group targeted the judge because he was about to oversee the trial of Thomas Moss, who police say is a high-ranking member of the Phantom Motorcycle Club. Moss is facing multiple felony charges, and his trial was set to start 2 days after the shooting. 5 people have now been arrested, make this 6, and the newest member is in jail this morning. The Marion County Election Board has shared what it found after looking into a campaign video made for Secretary of State Diego Morales. The board says some of the video was filmed by state employees using state equipment, which isn't allowed for campaign work. Morales didn't meet with investigators, so they're giving him another shot to answer some questions before deciding whether to send the issue to the state inspector general. So far, neither his office nor his campaign has responded to requests for comments from investigators. At a town hall last night in Lawrence, an Indianapolis immigration attorney talked with people about a guide that she says will help you handle how federal deportation.
As someone that has also worked in removal defense, I know how to find someone in detention. So we created this guide. It walks you step by step. And obviously it's going to be different depending on the county.
That's Carla Lopez Owens speaking at a town hall hosted by State Rep John Bartlett, where the city leaders walk people through a mix of issues, including school funding, public safety, and, of course, immigration. Another Hoosier school district is speaking up about student walkouts tied to ICE protests. Purdue Polytechnic High School sent a message to families saying students cannot leave campus during the school day to join demonstrations unless a parent or guardian signs them out through the front office. The school says it understands why kids want to get involved, but the checkout process is required to keep everyone safe and accounted for. The town of Speedway is under a boil water advisory through at least Friday afternoon.
Speedway dealing with this notice since Sunday. The recent cold temperatures caused a few water main breaks, forcing residents and businesses to adapt. Town manager Grant Kleinhens told Wish TV that they're asking for people's patience.
This is out of an abundance of caution. We're trying to make sure no one does get affected negatively.
One free case of water per household is available for pickup at the Speedway Municipal Center. Only Speedway residents can participate. Those who can't pick up the bottled water due to health concerns or other limitations can call the town for assistance. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Indiana Pacers are back in action tomorrow against the Milwaukee Bucks. The NBA trade deadline is today. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Looking at the east side crash, northbound 465 at East 56th Street. This backs us up to Washington Street for a delay right now of 28 minutes. The right lane is blocked in that crash. South side northbound 65 is now jammed. South Keystone Avenue into the south split. That's a delay of 10 minutes. Inbound 65 crash clear before 21st. Still slow back to the White River. Eastbound 70 stop and go traffic after Sam Jones Expressway past Holt Road, and a serious crash in Speedway, Crawfordsville Road at Lyndhurst, a car on its side. Traffic sponsored by the Suburban Indy Home and Garden Outdoor Living Show. The Suburban Indy Home and Outdoor Living Show returns to Grand Park February 6th through the 8th, featuring over 200 amazing exhibitors. Tickets are just $7 at suburbanindyshows.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Wish TV meteorologist Drew Narsutis, good morning. Happy Thursday. How does our weather look?
Yeah, a happy Thursday. It's looking like today is going to be maybe not the happiest if you're hoping for a sunny, warm day outside. We're going to be cloudy, cool again with a high temperature somewhere in the mid-20s and a few scattered very light snow showers throughout the morning and maybe even some lingering into the afternoon. It'll be mostly decorative. I don't think there's any actual snow accumulations with this round. However, as you move towards Friday morning, could be some heavier snow, especially if you go northeast of Indianapolis. You could get near Fort Wayne an inch or two of snow. Bad timing as far as morning commute goes, but otherwise should be able to handle it here in most of central Indiana.
Thank you very much, Drew. Right now it is 8:07 Thursday morning. Tony Katz, Good Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. You just heard it during our newscast. The Plainfield Community School Corporation's decision, the superintendent's decision, to potentially discipline students who may walk out of class tomorrow is a big news story here in town. I, like Tony Katz, who I heard talking about this in the first half of the show today, which Tony was doing, I agree with the school. I do think that if students choose to do things like this, they can be in trouble for it. And so I saw that News 8 and other places were all putting this out there. Wish TV, of course, covered it. The passion students show for current events and their desire to engage is something that the school values, according to the school superintendent. That's their exact words. The corporation's primary responsibility is to ensure a safe, predictable, and uninterrupted learning environment. That Superintendent Andy Allen went on to elaborate on the school's expectations, stating students should not leave a classroom unless permission from a teacher or school is granted. The walkout, according to an advocacy group of, some place that I don't even want to name, was set for 10:45 tomorrow at Plainfield High School. The walkout is one of many that will take place in schools in Indiana and across the country, and it's designed to get a lot of attention. And it's, you know what the funniest thing is to me? I don't know if funny is the right word, but this is the thing I'd like to say about this. We find out very often, and someone will tell you this is a conspiracy theory. It's not. It's very, very much something that is true 99% of the time and maybe not true 1% of the time. But we find out very often that the people who organize these things, the people at the ground level of communicating with individuals who then contact other people who inevitably do this stuff, are well-funded and on the, far left Democratic side of the aisle. And I'll tell you one example that came out recently. I think this was in North Carolina. They did a deep dive into the funding of one of these protest groups, one of these signal chat things where people tell each other where ICE is so they can go confront them. And they found that there were a bunch of politicians on the chat and a bunch of, organizations that fund Democratic politicians that also had involvement with that communication. And so you say to yourself, of course, this makes sense. Not only are they facilitating the discussion, but they're probably also creating an atmosphere where a bunch of people make money off of showing up and protesting and being part of something. Or I think in the case of high school students, taking advantage of them being naive, of them being not necessarily thinking people who would think about whether or not this is being created by someone with another agenda. What's so interesting to me, too, by the way, I'll say this about this whole story, is that oftentimes if I'm talking to someone, especially a younger person, and the younger person is hardcore on the other side of the aisle from me, one thing they really care about is my intention. The entire time they'll ask me, like, but what do you mean? What do you intend to get from this discussion we're having, et cetera, et cetera. And I find that amusing a lot because most of the time they forced me into the conversation. I didn't force them into it. And they're acting like I have an ulterior motive, like I'm driven by something bad. And very often these young people will say to me, if that's true, if I'm not coming into a discussion with an open mind or an open heart or whatever the crap is they'd say, then they don't want to talk to me. Then they don't want to be a part of this at all because how dare I try to be someone who has thoughts and opinions and shares them in a way that they think is disingenuous, that's dishonest. And all of the time, these funding apparatuses for these sorts of walkouts and other things come from these dark places. So if they actually care about who's pushing the buttons, who's motivating, and the reason for the motivation before they do something, as much as they seem to when they're arguing with someone they don't agree with, I would encourage them very heavily to look deeper into how these organizations all got together, how these, walkouts were planned or figured out about, or people said, hey, let's do this here. Let's broadcast this idea, because by and large, it's going to likely be from some sort of deep, far left set of pockets that is funding a lot of really terrible things in politics and is using these young people. That's what I felt. When I read this, I'm like, yeah, you might get in trouble because you are walking out just randomly in the middle of class and you shouldn't do that. And then also you're probably being used as some sort of demonstration by someone who doesn't actually care about the issues as much as some of these young people might, whatever side of the discussion they're on. The people who are pushing them to do this probably just care about the spectacle itself. All right, quick break, a lot more. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well,
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been your one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
You know exactly why you need to remodel that kitchen of yours. The space, it's outdated. You can't move around like you used to. It doesn't work like it needs to. You want to entertain and you want to improve your quality of life. This can happen, just not with the kitchen you have. You need to call Booher Remodeling, B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com. They can take that old kitchen that's deteriorating and broken down and turn it into something that works for you and your family. Their 5-step design process from start to finish, the consultation, the preliminary design, the design development, getting all the documents together, and then getting it done. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. Booher Remodeling will guide you through the entire process, starting with a free initial consultation, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. Create that new kitchen. Design experts can use an existing layout or begin completely from scratch. Talk to Booher Remodeling today. B-O-O-H-E-R. BooherRemodeling.com. That's BooherRemodeling.com.
Party people, what's going on? It's Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel Show. For my friends at We Grow Hair Indie, WeGrowHairIndie.com. Darren Andrews and his amazing team, they told me flat out, we can fix that big bald spot on the back of your dome. So if you're anything like me and you want to look better, contact We Grow Hair Indie, WeGrowHairIndie.com, or call 317-522-2995.
Matt Bear, how do the roads look? Sorry, I was talking. Let's do another.
All right, great. Checking out the east side. It's a crash northbound 465 at East 56th Street. The right lane is blocked. Traffic is jammed back to Washington Street. Delay checks in at 31 minutes. Inbound 69 slow 106 to 465. And on the south side, northbound 65 stop and go traffic after South Keystone Avenue into the south split. And just reported a stall. This is the west side, northbound 465 between Sam Jones and Washington Street. The right lane is blocked. No delay yet. Traffic sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Football and King's irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. A chance of flurries throughout the day today, mostly between, I think, 1 and 4 o'clock. Isolated snow is possible. Scattered flurries after that. 16 with light snow in parts of downtown Indianapolis. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating and Cooling Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
Hey, Mom. It's me. Oh, my gosh. You'll never believe what I just opened for Valentine's Day. A sapphire ring from Hellsberg. Just like the one I lost years ago. Remember how excited I was when you gave it to me? I cannot believe you remembered that story. I guess you were right. I really found the one.
This Valentine's Day, create a moment that means something with up to 40% off gifts at Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Stay warm and cozy all winter long with a Howald Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing tune-up. Seasonal wear and tear can take its toll on your furnace. Schedule now. Howald Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing, where coming home never felt so good.
Take care of your well with a 6-point inspection from C&J Well Company and save 20%, their lowest price of the year. Great systems, great people. 317-852-WELL.
This hour is powered by Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's Valentine's Gift Headquarters.
Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Matt and Carl hanging out, as they do every single morning on this show. I have irrational fears. I do. I've admitted some of them on the radio before. One of them was about sinkholes. I was afraid that a sinkhole would swallow me when they started to become a big topic of conversation. Not like cripplingly afraid. It's not like I stay in my home and I don't go anywhere. But in the back of my mind, I'll talk to friends and I'll joke too many times about how I'm the guy that's going to get sinkholed if someone gets sinkholed. That's one of them. Another one is a malfunction in a car wash. I don't know why that is. I've made this joke to the missus a bunch of times, like, what if we just got stuck in this thing? A lady actually had this happen to her. She, of course, went to TikTok before she called any sort of authorities. She was in Pennsylvania in her car. It was going through the car wash. Her name is Felicia. And then all of a sudden it was like, I'm not moving anymore. I'm just trapping you in here and washing this car forever. I have some of the TikTok audio, again, before she called authorities, of her talking about the weird experience she was going through.
I am trapped in the Waynesboro Waterworks. All the lights cut off. Nothing has happened. It's not telling me to pull forward. It hasn't rinsed the soap off. The door is stuck shut. I'm pushing the emergency button. Door is not opening.
Nobody's helping.
Get out. Hello? Can you let me out, please? Somebody? Wait, I think those are feet. Hey, don't leave. Hello?
Feet.
I've tried pulling on it.
Yeah, she eventually got out. It took her about an hour. But she did this on social media. She got trapped inside a car wash. Anybody with any thoughts on this?
I mean, you're stuck in a car wash. It sucks, but how scared could you possibly be?
Yeah, you're not
this
gonna
isn't
die.
a zombie apocalypse where there's going to be things coming in and out, and I've seen a movie like that. That's why I thought of it. So you make a video on TikTok, I get it, and everybody says, wow, you're stuck in a car wash for an hour.
That's
What a
not
tragic
good.
experience. You know what that I don't, if you're claustrophobic, a medical condition, that could be something. I forgot your inhaler. I don't know. I'm just saying that you're stuck in a car wash. I don't think it's something to be terrified, but I would be frustrated.
I would be annoyed.
Incredibly frustrated.
I'd be a tad annoyed. Yeah, that's true. She got a bunch of gift cards, and she said she's not mad at the car wash for the technical issue. But the weird thing is that there was like nobody there. It's one of those things that closes on your car. So, the thing goes down on both sides, and then it washes you back and forth, and then it's supposed to open the door to let you out. And she wasn't allowed out. She just had to stay for a while. I feel like you also got to give her some snacks. If the car wash has snacks, she should also get snacks along with the gift cards. But I would take this. I would trap myself in a car wash for an hour to get free stuff for a while. I think that's fine. I think that's okay, good. But I do have this irrational fear. I have it all the time that certain terrible things will happen to just me. And it's not crippling. It's just a simple level of I'd be the guy to go through this. And then hopefully I go viral because it would be good for my career.
When I was a little kid, I thought that like if you open the window while you're in a car wash, you would die instantly.
Yes.
I mean, you get sucked out of the car or your organs or something because of the big dryer
You'd get
vents and everything
scalded.
like
That wouldn't be good.
Oh, you'd be scalded. 3rd-degree burns instantly. Yeah, I thought like that. Nobody told me that would happen. I just kind of thought it, which was an indicator, I think, of later in life. But it was a scary place.
That's funny because the one thing I always wanted to do as a kid was open the window. Every car wash I was ever in, I was like, this would be so fun to just, I shouldn't. Temptation. Never happened. Another story out there that I saw, I do like this a lot. This is from Fox 5 in Washington, D.C. A guy did a snow broadcast for local television, and I guess they accidentally aired an outtake. So what's funny is this wasn't a live report. The guy was sent to go stand outside in the snow, report on a thing, and then send it back to the station. And so somebody else, not him, some editor, some producer, someone messed up and played the wrong thing. But I have to tell you that if you're stuck standing outside in the cold and dealing with some, issues, there's something really authentic about this version of your local news broadcasting this on television. Here, I will play it. Most of it is bleeped. Some of it is not.
A roommate I've just spoken to one of the snowplow driver's roommates who says he'd been out here for days clearing this roadway. Damn it, mother.
Yeah, it's amazing. I wish. Go ahead, Matt. What were you
No.
gonna say?
I was just listening to the. Listen, when you have a snowstorm, everybody's kind of saying the same thing.
Yes.
All the stations and news stations, TV stations, whatever. We're saying the same thing. So when you add something like that, man, people are going to remember, and that's going to make your ratings go up.
They are.
So bravo to the reporter and great for the producer at the same time. Yeah.
You know what's funny about that is they did do it on purpose. I don't know why I turned into some sort of because they went very viral for this, and it is also authentic. If I was watching morning news and I knew there was a horrible snowstorm outside, and I saw the guy that got sent to stand in the snow start throwing a bunch of bad words out there, I'd be like, this makes sense. This feels right to me. I would sip my coffee and probably call in sick on whatever place I was working that day. But I just love that. And that somehow, some way, somebody was probably fired over this thing. I don't love that, but it happens.
It's a human thing, man. I mean, my language was prolific. I tried to get out of my parking garage in this last snowstorm we had last week. And I just kind of approached it. It was like this drawbridge of snow that I couldn't get through. That I didn't have the magic password. And I was like, the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
So he's acting like a human being. I know he's supposed to be professional and everything, but this is a very human thing to do. And I hope everybody keeps watching him, even though, you consider it a mistake. It is a mistake. I hope everybody sticks with him.
No, I love that you talked about how people speak behind the wheel of a car, because absolutely that is another scenario like bad weather where people are going to say bad things. And my favorite, very quick story of something that happened to me is I had a car with a sunroof. I think it was an old Jeep we had that had a sunroof on it. And we were driving one time and somebody cut me off on the road and then stopped at the stoplight with us. That whole thing that happens all the time. The jerk to you winds up sitting right next to you a moment later. And my wife was tearing into him, saying horrible stuff about how much of a bleep he was and this in her lovely, very thick Mexican accent, just cursing at the guy. And the sunroof's open the whole time. And so then part of the way through her saying all these bad things, the dude goes, I can hear you. I can hear you. I just looked over at the dude and I'm like, I'm going to have to fight a guy. I don't want to fight a guy, but we're going to have to fight. And I'm like, yeah, well, anyway. And then the light turned green and I drove away.
Yeah.
But that was the entire discussion. But he heard my wife just go off on a man, which was pretty funny.
Women love to do that, don't they?
They do love to do that.
Yeah,
yes,
and we have to be the ones that fight.
Yes, they like to pick the fight. They don't like to have it.
Yeah, she ain't going to do it. Yeah,
what
you're
were
going
you
to be
Matt?
the one that's rolling around on the concrete there, I think, not her.
Yeah, I love that, too, because, really, as that guy's fighting me, part of my brain would be thinking, I didn't say any of this stuff, dude. I mean, we both know I didn't say it. You're not going to fight her. You got to fight me, and I don't want you to fight her, but we both know. I'm just fighting here for no reason.
I think that's the beautiful institution of marriage, because she's provoking this without really caring about the consequence to her husband here.
Yeah, she won't get hurt.
No.
That's awesome.
That is one of the rules of marriage. My wife can pick a fight with any guy, no matter how much bigger he is than me, and I got to fight that fight. If the missus I have to do it. And maybe if he beats the crap out of me quickly, if it's a dude who's much bigger than me, then everybody goes home happy. Right. I don't know, but it's definitely a thing. All right, we'll take a break. I love a story that Carl sent me about cats. I meant to do it here, but we'll do it later. Cats are awful, terrible things. This is yet another. That's what the story's about, right, Carl? That cats are terrible.
Well, I'm not going to say that because I have a cat, so.
Okay, fine.
It's a cat story.
And whatever. Dogs are better. That's what I'm going to say. All right, quick break. A lot coming up on the show. Some serious stuff and some cat stuff. But Matt's got your traffic.
All right, fellas, looking at these crash northbound 465 at East 56th Street. That's blocking the right lane and loading up traffic back to Washington Street. US 40 delay checks in at 28 minutes. Inbound 69 slow, 106 to 465. It's a 4-minute delay. Also, eastbound 465 on the north side. Slow out of the 865 interchange to Meridian 31. West side eastbound 70 stop and go Holt past Tibbs. Traffic sponsored by the Suburban Indie Home and Garden Outdoor Living Show. The Suburban Indie Home and Outdoor Living Show returns to Grand Park February 6th through the 8th, featuring over 200 amazing exhibitors. Tickets are just $7 at suburbanindieshows.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, it's Casey, and PepsiCo has announced they're lowering the prices of Cheetos, Doritos, and Lay's by up to 15%, just in time for the Super Bowl. Join us Thursday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun, brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Are you still thinking about what to get her this Valentine's Day? Make that moment last forever and surprise her with a gift from Pierce Jewelers. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Don Fisher for QC Kinetics. I was struggling with chronic knee pain and wasn't encouraged with the options of risky surgery and pain pills. QC Kinetics offered the best option for me, cutting-edge regenerative medicine. Their non-invasive treatment stimulated my body's own biologics so I could be pain-free and get back to doing what I love, playing golf. QC Kinetics has a fantastic success rate, and it's clear to see why so many Hoosiers are happy to tell their story of how they reclaim their lives with the QC Kinetics approach. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. QC Kinetics uses the latest technologies, whether it's stem cell, PRP, plasma, or a number of other advanced therapies. Call QC Kinetics. It'll be the best call you will make. Get back in the game, whatever that is for you. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. We all love Made in the USA, but how about our Hoosiers? For a limited time, save on everything made in Indiana during the Hoosier Hurricane Sale. Lowest price guaranteed on Indiana-made Smith Brothers of Bern, Hollywood Outdoor, and mattresses by Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. Hurry! The Made in Indiana sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. For service today? Today.
I just want to call my mom, but I kind of hesitate. I think about last time, having to repeat myself over and over, hoping she could hear me. It gets frustrating, and sometimes I don't even try. Those little moments matter. Hearing her stories, laughing together, sharing the day, and missing them, that hurts. Then I found Relay Indiana. With trained relay operators and free equipment, we actually understand each other. Now, I call her all the time. Relay Indiana made it simple, clear, and easy. Check it out at RelayIndiana.com. That's RelayIndiana.com.
There's no championship league for small business owners, but if there was, you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation. One-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo. The Suburban Indie Home and Outdoor Living Show returns to Grand Park February 6th through 8th.
Shop over 200 exhibitors.
Tickets are only $7.
SuburbanIndieShows.com.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's now the 5th day of a search for a missing woman in Arizona. You have a clear radar. It is 7 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 23. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. The search continues this morning for NBC Today co-host Savannah Guthrie's missing mother.
The Pima County Sheriff's Department stressing no suspect or person of interest has been identified in the alleged abduction of Nancy Guthrie. A Sheriff's Department official telling Fox News Wednesday they are considering a ransom note as evidence while investigating its authenticity. The department also noting it's reviewing all other cases within a close radius to the Guthrie home, including a January 4th report of a possible trespassing nearby. Investigators believe the 84-year-old who was last seen at her home outside Tucson Saturday was taken against her will, noting she does not have any cognitive issues but has limited mobility and is without critical daily medication.
That's Fox's Kristen Goodwin reporting. A softer touch. That's what President Trump is saying about immigration enforcement in Minneapolis and what his administration would do differently if they had to do it all over again. Border Czar Tom Homan, a couple of hours before Trump made that statement, said 700 immigration enforcement agents are leaving the city of Minneapolis. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass is denying a claim that she altered a report in response to the fires in the Pacific Palisades that burned for weeks.
Reporting from the LA Times says Mayor Karen Bass watered down the Palisades fire after action report, citing sources that say she wanted sections removed to reduce the chance of legal risk to the city. LA Fire Chief Jaime Moore, who took over the department in November, said last month that the report was edited to reduce criticism of the LAFD's leadership.
It is now clear that multiple drafts were edited to soften language and reduce explicit criticism of department leadership in that final report.
Bass's office has rejected the claims, saying in a statement, quote, Mayor Bass reviewed an early draft of the report and only asked the LAFD to check the accuracy on issues like weather and budget, saying she and her staff made no changes.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. The town of Speedway is under a boil water advisory until at least Friday. That's been the case all week. They've been dealing with it since Sunday, when several water mains broke because of freezing temperatures.
We just ask everyone's patience. This is out of an abundance of caution. We're trying to make sure no one does get affected negatively.
That's town manager Grant Kleinhens talking to Wish TV. One free case of water for people's available pickup at Speedway Municipal Center. Only Speedway residents can participate. Those who can't pick up the bottled water due to health concerns can arrange for delivery from town leaders. And sports on WIBC at 8:34. Butler dropped its third game in a row, but Providence had to go to double overtime to pull it off last night, winning 97-87. After the game, Friars head coach Kim English reflecting on beating Butler in double overtime not once but twice this season.
We have crazy games with Butler every time we play them. I thought our guys showed incredible resolve down. I don't even know how many guys now. Really proud of our group.
Finley Bizjack scored 30 points to lead the Bulldogs, who will play Marquette on the road Saturday. IU returns to work Saturday, playing Wisconsin at Assembly Hall after splitting a pair of games in Los Angeles, beating UCLA in double OT, and then falling to USC a couple of days ago. The NBA trade deadline is today, and while teams around the league have made plenty of moves, the Indiana Pacers haven't struck a deal yet. They played the Milwaukee Bucks on Friday, and the New York Jets have hired former Indianapolis Colts head coach Frank Reich as their offensive coordinator. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the fives. What's going on, Matt Bear?
What's happening, Ryan? Checking the east side, northbound 465 at East 56. Crash blocking the right lane, stopping traffic past I-70, delay at 26 minutes. And now we have a crash westbound 70 approaching the north split, blocking the right lane and slowing down traffic back to Emerson Avenue, a 3-minute delay. South side, northbound 65, stop and go after South Keystone Avenue. Into the south split, that's delayed 7 minutes. Eastbound 70 west side, slow Tibbs Avenue into Belmont, and a crash at Speedway, Crawfordsville Road at Lyndhurst Drive. Traffic sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Football and King's irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Those sliders do sound delicious. 16 right now is the temperature in downtown Indianapolis. 6 with wind chill, though, so it's really cold outside, and it's going to feel cold all day. A chance of flurries throughout the day, too. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating and Cooling Weather Center of 93 WIBC. Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. Lots of stuff to talk about out there in the world. I do want to play this audio. This is the border czar, Tom Homan, who was sent to Minneapolis, to Minnesota. And he announced yesterday that they're going to draw down the amount of ICE agents or law enforcement that are there. Like 700 people are going to be called off and sent back to wherever it is that they live. A whole lot of these people actually live in the communities they wind up working in, by the way. But it is interesting, again, that this is happening. So here, let's play some of the announcement first.
And as a result of the need for less law enforcement officers to do this work in a safer environment, I have announced effective immediately, we will draw down 700 people effective today. 700 law enforcement personnel. We have also fully integrated CBP personnel into the ICRO team structure under one unified chain of command. Not two chains of command, there'd be one chain of command here. Any large enforcement operation I've ever been involved with, there's one chain of command, and that's where we're moving forward.
All right, I want to stop this for a couple of reasons. So the first thing is when you have a lot of excess law enforcement in an area, when you've called in a large amount of people, like I said, sometimes you lean on people who are within those communities, who are part of whatever the organization you are, whether it's ICE, anything like that. So nonetheless, I don't know how many of these 700 law enforcement officials will be sent somewhere entirely different than Minneapolis and Minnesota, like very far away. But I don't like this. I can trust it and understand it and assume that what Holman is doing is good. And I can say that I also fully believe that anyone who wants to see things get quieter, not louder, in a place like Minneapolis and Minnesota might see this as a good idea. And I want things to be quieter, but I don't want anyone within this administration at any point to be subject to the politics of something. I want them to do what is necessary, whether it is the popular or unpopular thing from a non-political standpoint. I know that never happens. Politicians never do. They can't do this really, especially in a midterm election when the pressure gets to them. But this feels so quickly after Holman got there. And now he's, condensing everything and streamlining it so that he's essentially in charge. But all of these pieces feel like they're somewhat of a political response to this situation. And I just hope they're not. But again, if you can draw down and still get as effective of a solving the problem that is a bunch of people that are doing terrible, horrible things in our country, you can still get them off the streets, still get them back to wherever they came from, then fine. If you can still do the work, I agree. I think it's okay. All right. Some other things out there quickly. Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, had a bunch of questions that he answered. He testified in front of the House yesterday, and it was amazing. The hostility coming from these politicians and the way that Bessent handled it. I have a few clips of that. Here we go.
Do you have any idea how much we're spending on ICE every single day for enforcement?
Again, Representative, this is the Financial Stability Oversight Commission.
But you're the treasurer. You're the treasurer. You're supposed to follow the money. In response to questions on this side, you're always talking about, well, we follow the money. Well, have you followed the money? How much are they spending every single day in Minnesota and other states where they occupy cities, terrorize communities, and try to break up our country?
Again, President Trump has secured the border. He was elected
well, then let him stay at the border.
On a mandate.
Well, I disagree with you, and I think
you disagree that he was elected?
I think you're confused.
I love that part. You disagree that he was elected? Because he was, and one of the things the American people wanted was less people in this country legally. Let's do another one.
Of appropriated funds, Treasury will be.
Is this going to be a yes or no?
Program award.
Mr. Secretary.
No.
I'm going to abide by the chairman's rules, but I have some rules. You can say yes or no, and then if you say yes, you may continue to give that support. If it's a no, then you tell me why not. And now we need to be clear. Yes, let's start with the yes or no. I'm trying to be respectful, but you're not going to do what you want to do.
Doesn't seem respectful.
Yes or no, or you can say I'm not going to answer it. Now move on.
Number 3.
Okay, so let the record show that he.
I love that way. He's like, number 3, because you're absolutely being ridiculous. Let's keep going.
Claiming my time.
Was a mass
unfettered
immigration.
Mr. Chair, will you let him know?
Sir.
Time does belong to the housing woman to go forward. 10 and 20 million immigrants.
Can you
shut the housing stock of working Americans, and can you maintain some level of dignity? Gentlelady's time has expired.
No, my time has not expired.
My time is not. He took my time. Can you shut up? Here, wait. I got one more for you, and then we'll be done.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
All right, wait. No, that's not it. That's Wedding Crashers. But it felt that way. So many of them felt that way as people were talking to Bessent and getting mad at all the things he was saying and doing. I have rules for you, sir. You can only say yes, no, or plead the fifth, which is, I think, what the Clintons are going to do whenever they testify about the Epstein stuff. It's going to be a whole lot of pleading the fifth. But all right, we'll take a break. A lot more. I just thought that was so funny, and I think Bessent did a great job of dealing with people that are just wildly controversial or trying to fight him, trying to be antagonistic toward him for no reason whatsoever. Quick break, a lot more. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
A church service as the search continues for the mother of today's show, host Savannah Guthrie.
93 WIBC.
We are waiting for them to release prisoners.
What happens next?
Give us the murderers that they're holding.
Happens here.
FBI leaders in Cincinnati are heartbroken.
Stay in the know.
The investigation is all about getting justice for Haley.
While you're on the go.
People are getting sick and drinking the water, so I'm staying away from it.
On air, online, and on Alexa. Nate Bargatze.
It's a lot to have two dogs, because you gotta open the back door and let two dogs out.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Cambridge Fieldhouse, Saturday, February 14th. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait. And don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
It's a new year. Ready for a fresh start or career reboot? At My Computer Career, prep for a more recession-resistant future in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, in months, not years, including AI. Whether you're starting out or switching careers, no prior training is needed. Attend school online from home or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu to take the free career evaluation today. mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment
on any 4-tire purchase.
And Michelin's up to $100 off?
Yep.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Michelin's and save up to $100 more. See store for details.
Matt Bear, how do the roads look?
All right, Craig, still cleaning up this crash in Lawrence. It's northbound 465 at East 56. The right lane is blocked and traffic is backed up past I-70, a 21-minute delay. In a crash westbound 70 approaching the north split, the right lane is blocked. Traffic slow back to Emerson Avenue, delayed 4 minutes. Southside northbound 65, 4-minute delay after South Keystone Avenue into the south split. That's a construction zone. Traffic sponsored by the Suburban Indie Home and Garden Outdoor Living Show. The Suburban Indie Home and Garden Living Show returns to Grand Park February 6th through the 8th, featuring over 200 amazing exhibitors. Tickets are just $7 at suburbanindieshows.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. The high today will be 25. It is 16 right now, though with wind chill, it feels like 6 degrees. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating and Cooling Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Ben Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G coverage. What? Franklin wasn't even a president. Hang on to those Benjamins. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, to switch to an American wireless company that's truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Join WIBC February 28th at the Hyatt Regency at 6 p.m. for a night of flair and reflection with Tony Katz. VIP and general admission tickets are on sale now. Act fast. Get all the details at WIBC.com. Brought to you by Defiance Beef Company, Chimney Solutions, and Premier Arms.
Tony Katz in the morning news, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. Matt and Carl hang out as they do every single morning on this very show. Carl sent me a topic that once again proves definitively, this is exactly Carl's words, not mine. I'm kidding, they're not his. That cats are worse than dogs. That dogs are better than cats, even though Carl owns a cat. I'm a dog guy. Matt, do you have any pets?
Oh, no.
Okay. All right. Have you ever had any pets or no?
Family animals, dogs,
Okay.
that kind of
Gotcha.
thing.
Not on your own, though?
No.
I got you.
Ow. Yeah, that
You got
sucks.
a plant? Are you a plant guy at all?
I have
or
a
no?
house plant and I'm buying a second, Craig. So
Oh, nice. Wow. It's a big purchase.
it's going to be a big deal.
What do you think about getting as your second house plant? Just
Oh,
curious.
man, I'm already preparing, 3 months out, just like you're having a baby, buying all the plant pampers and the new soil. Yeah, it's going to be a thing of a soil party.
my
We're having
God.
a soil party at my apartment.
You joke about that,
Soil
but I bet you somebody does that. I bet you there is somebody out there who does that sort of. Anyway, there is a new study that says that cats can give you horrible diseases when you're growing up. A parasite, the T. gondii, or Toxoplasma gondii, I don't know if I'm saying that right, that can eventually drive you insane. It can give you schizophrenia, all kinds of other things. This is possible, according to a brand new study that was out today. Cats can transmit this to humans, especially young people, so children, kids in the house, and then you're crazy for the rest of your life. Dogs don't drive you crazy, cats do. Yes. I think, Carl, also, can I say the joke you said off the air? No. Do you not want credit for that?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. This might be the reason we have a lot of crazy liberal women, is it feels like the cat ladies have been driven crazy by the cats at some point, and then they're out there doing their cat thing. But I do love this story because, again, there's nothing out there that says the dogs make you go insane. So they're just better pets. We all agree?
I mean, you never saw Cujo. When that happens, rabbits, dogs scare the hell out of me. I'm not gonna
That's true.
lie to you.
That's true. That's fine. I have seen Cujo.
I guess I kind of look at it like this. Cats can give you terrible diseases, but so can kids. So,
Golly.
do we want kids or do we want cats?
Oh.
I don't even have an answer anymore.
Well, I
Took it
mean,
up a
I'm on the
notch.
fence too, to be honest.
No, that's
but,
great.
It's those
good point.
childless, unmarried, dilapidated
Questions you didn't
big-
think would be asked today on Tony Katz the Morning News when he started the show, and I got to end the show. And one of those is, which is worse, cats or kids?
It's kids or cats.
That's hilarious, man. Another story out there that I saw, I don't know if you guys heard about this. Dave & Buster's will be hiding 3-carat diamond rings inside of their stores nationwide. I don't know which stores, obviously. Nobody does. In honor of Valentine's Day. They're worth $15,000. And you can get them out of some of their crane machine games and other stuff. But there will be actual ridiculous diamond rings. The reason I love this story is the amount of dudes who will now pitch to the woman that they're with that they should go to Dave & Buster's for Valentine's Day because I might be able to get you a $15,000 ring.
And a string of tickets.
And a string of tickets. We're buying some stuff, man.
You could win the Fonzie.
Oh, yeah.
Along with the
The
diamond ring.
Fonzie, no matter what.
Yeah.
Diamond ring, maybe.
What's the way? This is going to be a disaster. I mean,
It sounds like a disaster.
You have 3 injured on the skee ball machine. That's the news headline. The hand claw comes out of the thing and just grabs you by the whatever. And I mean, sure, it just sounds like a whole lot of riot to me. It's a hell of a promotion we're talking about it here. It's good stuff. I mean, but I don't know. Can you really get away with it? I mean, I haven't taken anybody out for Valentine's Day since, I don't know, maybe I was 16. And can you actually sell it with the diamond ring to Dave &
I don't think
Buster's?
so.
Maybe if you throw it, hey, that could be our engagement ring. Boom.
Right. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's why she'd go. By the way, the other thing I was thinking is that Dave & Buster's is just jealous that Chuck E. Cheese has all the fighting. That they're now putting $15,000 prizes inside their establishment, because you're going to fight harder than any Black Friday in the history of this country if you wind up around that thing.
Chuck E. Cheese is going to park a Hummer inside one of its stores and be like, look what you can win here. Screw those guys.
Yeah.
We were here first anyway.
You punch other parents in the face, the most punches gets you the Hummer. That'd be great.
Fantastic idea.
Yes. Another thing out there that I saw, just quick fire, a couple stories here before we get out of here. Businesses are spending, this is a terrible headline, and when you explain it, it doesn't sound as bad as the headline does. But businesses are spending $800 billion on jobs that could be done by AI, according to a brand new study. Feels like we shouldn't be promoting this. But then you ask, like, what do you actually mean? Well, it's about 5 hours of work a week for the average person who does admin-related tasks, writing emails, taking notes, prepping different reports, those kind of things. That's what could be done by AI. So it doesn't mean that a whole bunch of people in mass could be fired, but it means you could probably save about 5 hours, who's ever listening to the show, a week, not doing some of those administrative things if you let AI do it.
So this is going to eliminate the administrative assistant, essentially.
It could.
That's what we're
that is
kind
true.
of looking at.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe it. And again, I've said this before. It's inevitable. We're all going to get replaced by AI at some point. That's just going to happen. Yeah, I really believe
so?
that.
You
Everything,
and me
not just in entertainment or anything else. I'm just talking
Okay.
about, this to me. This is how it feels like to me. Comic conspiracy, whatever else. But it just feels like the modern assembly line. Remember, the assembly line came along and all of a sudden everybody lost jobs in manufacturing because it was just cheaper or more profitable. That's capitalism, and to a degree it's good. You never want people to lose their jobs. However, AI, this great model, and remember, it's making jobs too. It just keeps advancing until they just don't need us anymore. And I hate to look at it like that, but that's how I feel.
No, it's true. It's true. I feel like that'll be one of the times when I get to spike on all my friends, though, when they tell me, you really work in radio? I think radio's dying. I think radio's over. AI, it's going to be tough for it to take our gigs, man. AI's coming for us last in the totem pole of things. They're leaving radio alone. So if you want to tell me that you don't think, and by the way, millions of people listen to the radio every day is usually my response when my friends say these sort of things. But when they're fired because AI took their job, I'll be happy that I still get to say things into a microphone. That's usually my response in this conversation. Okay. You like that, Matt?
Very much. I don't like we all use AI, I think, to a degree.
We do.
Just want to make sure I wasn't. We
I
all use it to a degree, so we're all a little bit culpable here, but, it's life, man. I mean, you can't stop progress as far as technology. You just can't do it. I lived in the 2000s, the birth of the internet, or before that even. Yeah.
I mostly use AI to have President Trump say nice things about me on my radio show. That's mostly what I use it for. He's endorsed me for political positions. Anything.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, nice.
That's a
Thank you.
weighty endorsement, I hear.
Well, that's what I hear. It's a very nice thing from the President of the United States to care so much about me. That's usually the main way I use AI. I think I've generated Trump audio way more than I should. All right, fine. I'm out of here. Fun half day for me today. Matt, how do the roads look?
Yeah, good talking to you, Craig. Checking out Westbound Zip.